forgot to change my shirt. Oh well.
Go change it. It's like 7:01.
I gotta find
How
it.
long
I
is it
think
gonna
it's in
take?
that pile of clothes over there.
Oh, ooh, see now you gotta dig and find it. I thought it was like right there.
All right. Let me see if I can just take 2 seconds. 2 seconds, please.
2 seconds.
You got
Two
this.
seconds.
Hold us
Got
down,
this.
homie.
You got this. For 2 seconds, it says, "We is live. We are live. Get on in here. Get on in here. In here." I wonder, chat. Y'all gotta help me out now. I said that like y'all instantaneously came like bursting into the scene as soon as we went live. I know that's a lie. But I'm glad that you are getting the notifications. You're coming on in here. We've gotten better over time. Who, you know, mm, you know, that kind of thing. Um, oh, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. That's what it is. But yeah, no, we got better stuff for that. I'm making sure everything is on and everybody is great. Oh, see, I do that every single time too. How long do y'all think it's going to take until Kiki finally learns how to put her phone on quietness when the chat starts? It's cool. It's all good. It's all good. Got like 30 things up. But I give y'all some time to get in here. Join me because I have a nice bottle of Stella Rosa. Hashtag not sponsored, but you
Dino
know.
Nuggies are on your side. Sorry, I don't know why that's in my head like that. I don't know why I got a second chair over here like we got a special
Oh,
guest or
did y'all
something.
hear that? Y'all probably didn't because my microphone insists on being trash. So
Oh shit. Well,
I
my
know y'all
camera
didn't hear.
insists on being trash. There we go.
All right. So I can't say that y'all actually heard a daggone thing. Can't say y'all actually heard anything. Can't say, oh yeah, we heard the crispness, the ASMR. Y'all know I struggle with the lisp. I'm just putting it out there. And it only started after I had my tongue pierced, way back when I was young and in my 20s.
Who are
Don't
you
know if
and
that's
what are
actually
these secrets that you are spitting to me right now?
it's not a secret. Most people know me knew at one point I had let me see your tongue ring, that kind of thing. So
Freak a
and
leak. PT.
yeah,
PT. PT.
hey, how you like it?
Oh my god, I'm about to. Let's try to raise my chair up. Uh oh, there's a baby crying.
The baby's crying. The baby's crying. I feel like you see how long my face is. I have a long face. See your long. Oh, your red is really red today. It is popping. I love it. I
Probably like the
love
worst lipstick for
popping,
you, but it's a matte lip crayon by L'Oreal.
but it's so red. I like it. I have a more subtle red on today. It is cranberry by Beauty Bakery. So it is a little bit more subdued, but that doesn't mean I don't like
I was
it.
doing this and my husband walked in while I was making like booby things and now he's. Would you like some of
the,
my dino nuggies?
the titty twisters.
Don't eat those.
Why?
They're on recall.
Dino nuggies are on recall?
No, just the ones from Tyson, not those.
Patrice said the one from Tyson.
Yeah, it was on
These
the
are
news
not
this morning.
Tyson's.
Okay.
Yeah,
All I
just the
saw
ones
was
from
nuggies that
Tyson.
look like dinos.
He said all he saw
Yes,
was nuggies that looked like he was over there like
yeah,
those
because they have bits of metal in them.
bits of metal in them. Come on,
Yep,
Tyson. That's not even like your
yeah.
first
And they're
offense.
the ones that's supposed to like they have the expiration of like either September or October of 2024. So that's the
Yeah,
batch
no, these
that
are the
has
ones like made at Mariano's. That's where
yeah.
they get
So
them like
you
half
should be
off.
okay. Yeah, you should be
Unless they're
okay.
like
Oh,
throwing
Tyson.
Tyson nuggies in their pot,
That
then
part.
we should be concerned. But I
There
don't
you
think they do that. I mean, it's Kroger at the end of the day.
go. you
I only
you got
recently
you
found
got
out
you
about
got what
that
I
that
need.
Mariano's was actually Kroger.
I know you told me that. And
Yeah.
then I said, "Oh, I wish we had a Kroger." And you were like, "Yeah, Alabama do got a Kroger." And I was like, "No, cuz we ain't got no physical store." And then I looked it up and then I was very upset that Birmingham, oops, I didn't say it my city, but the ham sandwich
Gas.
did
Raid her
not
house.
have, don't you come to my house. I promise you, we keep a heater. Don't
We keep a
don't come to
heater
my
in this
house.
home.
You gotta come to my
Don't you
house.
come to my house.
No, I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend to you that we weren't gonna pull the string. Yes, we are, and we got video. It's right at the front door in the back. Dying on the right.
Sorry. Okay, we gotta get to the news. Everyone's looking at me like, what the hell? Uh,
It's it's beautiful dinosaur. Yay!
I gotta
It
understand. I've learned that I'm eating in spurts, which is horrible right now. Every time my
uh
child goes to sleep, I feel the privilege that I'm capable of eating, so I just eat during her
right.
sleep times.
I can eat now without being attacked.
Right. All right.
See,
Y'all hop on in. That's enough of us cutting up. It was a
is
whole.
it?
It's a whole 6.5 minutes of us talking about like Dino Nuggies.
We gotta. That's because we don't have a starting soon.
We're gonna
We
get it. We're
gotta.
gonna get it. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Calm down.
We
Calm down.
gotta get the. We gotta get the people hype. I gotta. We gotta get them. We gotta get them ready. We gotta get them be like, hey, we. I don't want them to feel like we already started talking about pertinent information because we aren't.
We're not.
We just shooting the
All
what
right.
we're doing.
Quick news. You want to go first or me?
Yeah, I'm going first
Okay.
because this news is vital news that you probably can use.
Laura Beth. Laura Beth.
Um, if you haven't already know, and we're such whores for Maxes at this point, The Sims 4 is releasing yet another
Stop.
pack.
I can't. I
Friends,
can't even
yes,
play
it
it, and I
is.
still bought that other. Oh, my husband's in
They're
the living room.
releasing yet another, yeah, pack. This new pack is called For Rent. You can see the
Your property
stream,
brothers. Your property brothers.
kind of, sort of, because you're not necessarily fixing houses, and Property Brothers as uncanny valley as their faces look. Ugh.
They just look like they don't
This
exist.
They're just weird looking. I'm not a fan, but we're not even bashing them because Lord knows those people got money, and they say something to me that's not going to stop me from firing back at them. I'm just saying. But this call for rent, it will drop December the 7th, and this new pack. I wrote some notes for you good people
Aw,
because I
sniggity
watched several
snaps.
little points for it. And I read an article about it, but I get the highlights just for you because I did the leg work, so you don't have to. But it would allow you to create all kinds of rental properties. You can make apartments. You can finally the what we didn't get a chance to do is San Machino, which is build a whole building. You can actually build an apartment building or a house or a condo or whatever. It is also not tied to the new world that you have, which means you can actually build it in whatever world in all the 1,001 packs that you actually have.
Right.
So that's actually a good plus. You can act as a tenant or you can act as a landlord. And from my understanding, those good people at Max's already know that we are sadistic in nature. So you
I'm
have the
not buying.
ability
I'm not.
to
I'm
be
not.
a wretched landlord if you
I'm not.
want.
I can't.
And you can be so terrible, it even causes a tenant revolt. It is great. It's
Oh,
called tenant.
stop.
Yeah. They have also,
Hey,
here's the plus.
Spider.
I know y'all been asking for what it do, Spider. The return of the burglars.
Oh, stop.
Are coming with this pack. You can steal.
Really?
You can actually peep in
Can
on
we be the
someone.
burglar?
I think so. From what I saw, you can also do apartment inspections or rental inspections on people. So if you suspect that people are living foul, you can actually just do random inspections and stuff like that. So please, if you haven't gotten a chance to look at the trailer and some of those streamers or YouTubers who dedicate all of their time and energy to just being like Sims
I'm not
streamers.
gonna lie, them people
Oh,
funny as hell.
right. Check them out. I finally found a new one to add to my collection. A new sim streamer to my collection. They are
Yeah.
hilariously funny. They're called Whiny Brit. And yeah, they are British, but they are. If you're familiar with how Gary Still Plays and Call Me Kevin play their
I
Sims like
love
in the
Call Me
worst
Kevin.
way possible. This is how she does. She comes up with these scenarios and be like, how long can it take me to marry my way up to the top? And
Isn't
it's
that a
like a
Lana Del Rey song? I fucked
yeah,
my
yeah, well,
way
it's
up
like
to the top.
it's also like a twist on like the Black Widow challenge. She
Oh
like gets
yeah.
them and yeah, it's hilariously funny. But yeah, there you go. So I'm already doing the fry meme. Take my money.
I'm trying not to, man.
Yep, down with the monarchy. Yep, but apparently Maxis has some type of property rights to my soul because I'm there. I'm there. So this is one of the few packs I probably and I haven't even bought Growing Together yet.
Did I buy Growing Together?
I haven't yet because they still want $40. Well, it's on sale for $30, but I still refuse to
I
give
don't
them
even
that much.
remember because I can't play Sims right now because of whatever. I
Oh,
have
really?
two games that keep shutting down on me. That's Lakeburg Legacies and The Sims.
I still didn't go back and make sure after I gave my computer an overhaul. When I say it pops on y'all, it pops on. My dinosaur is still hanging in
Go
there.
ahead,
Boom.
dinosaur. Go.
Now,
Okay,
the
sorry.
other note that I have, which is not news,
Yeah.
but since Onyx said she was going to talk about it too, I might as well throw it out there. So if y'all have already looked at the schedule, y'all already know that we have a topic coming up where we're going to go and talk about Attack on Titan ad nauseam, right? So, in celebration to this, I have decided that I'm going to rewatch the entire series now that it's been
Word.
completed. Yeah, and I started today. I'm already on episode 16.
Oh,
So
that's.
I started
You
this
know what? I'm gonna have
afternoon
to do
and I
that
am
too.
completely binging because here's a little known fact about Geeky. All right, so I had just recently moved back to Beham and I worked at one plantation and I was done with that plantation. And by plantation, I just don't want to disclose who those people are because I'm not giving them any airtime. But anyway, I was done with that one plantation. I was moved on to another crappy job. And during a break
Oh, you're
during said
calling the
crappy job,
plantations your job. I was
yes.
like, ma'am.
I didn't look at me. No, but no, on a break during one of those crappy jobs, I was sitting in my car, and that's back when I used to have like Crunchyroll on my phone.
Damn, that's
And
old.
so I would watch, episodes on my break just to take the edge off before I had to go. Because if y'all haven't guessed, during this stint in my life, I was working call center, so I had to be on the phone a lot. And so, brand new series just started. This had to been 2010, because I don't think I was quite married. I think I no, I it's
Not quite married.
quite married or either that or recently married. And yeah, like no, it was recently married. So this has been like 2010, 2011. No, recently married since like 2012 or something like that. And the show only had one episode at the time. I clicked on it. And lo and behold, it was Attack on Titan. And
Oh
I
Lord.
remember vividly the scene that made me stop, pause the video, and call my husband when Aaron Yeager's mother got eaten like a dino nuggie.
I'm sorry, I'm still eating dino nuggets, but yes,
And
I
I
wonder if she was
said,
delicious.
yeah, she was. And I said, yo, and I called my husband. I said, dude, you have got to watch this anime. And then we went home and and back then they was releasing the episode once a week.
Yep.
So you couldn't just binge it. You had to like watch. They told you when they really mean it. This thing has been 10 years in the making. It's been going on for a
Yeah.
while. And so
Because didn't his
it has,
original interview, he was like, I didn't think it was going to be popular because Shonen Jump
he
didn't
did
want
say
me.
that, right, because of the content. And it just exploded. But that was the type of scary, when we were at a time we were craving like horror and gore like that. And so we watched it, but I hadn't watched it in years because of the hiatus, and I think it was going to come back. And on top of that, I hadn't watched those first initial episodes
Yeah,
in about 10 years.
same.
So I started rewatching the series so that it could be fresh in my head. And I even started writing notes, you guys, so that by the time we get to this discussion, there's no
Yeah.
doubt in my mind that I know what the hell is happening when we get in here and we have this discussion.
Yep.
I'm ready. I will be ready. I will be ready by the end of the month when we get ready to talk about that. I'm hardcore binging it. I say I'm not watching my favorite YouTubers. I'm not watching anything else until I'm finished with this. And now that what we're finished with the series now,
It was today or yesterday? One of those
see,
days.
I'm excited.
And it
I made
was, whew, whew. I had read in the manga up to rumbling and up until the rumbling. And
okay.
I kind of want to go back and read the manga because I watched one thing that only said what the differences were in the manga and
Okay.
anime. And apparently there was a line that was taken out and some lines that were added to a certain thing, and certain scenes were kind of switched up. And that's what I wanted to make sure, like, because if I go back and read this versus going back and watch this, I'm going to probably read that ending and watch the ending simultaneously and see.
Is it available on any of the little manga services that I got? Because I got Shonen Jump, and I have like the manga that
I think
Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll might have it because it's so popular and,
Because
and it's been
I
over for a
want
while.
to. Yeah, okay. So I want to read it after because I can read it faster than I can watch it, but I want
Yeah.
to do both because I want to know. I want to know the differences. I want to know.
There was one of them
Like,
because it was very controversial. They took it out.
oh, I'm
Yeah.
curious. I
I'm gonna
can't
leave it
wait,
at that.
y'all. I can't wait. I
Because when
can't
it
wait.
came out in the manga, everybody was all fashe about it. And then
That's a
he did
lovely.
not add that line to
Mm,
the anime.
I'm
He did send
excited.
out an apology, by the way, Izuyama, saying he's sorry that he knew the artistic abilities were going to be put to the test because he was already struggling with his own his own manga. He's like, so then I had to sit there and they had to try to draw all the things that I drew, and I knew how hard it was for me to draw it, and they had to animate it. He's like, I'm sorry, y'all.
Goodness. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I'm excited. So y'all just know we will be very well
Oh,
prepared by the time
yeah.
it gets to that
I'm
point.
excited. This is going to be that end of the year kickoff, man.
Oh
What?
yeah.
Oh, the topic's name is Aaron Yeager Justify?
See, and see, and I'll tell you the other thing. 'Cause I know we're not like talking about it in depth, but since it's like super fresh in my brain, I even got it paused on my TV. I just turned my TV off, so I know I can pick it right back up when I'm done. But it's like hindsight is 2020 now. Now that because I remember things
Oh,
from it.
Lord. We're
It's
not
like
doing it right now, T Mal. Calm down, sir.
oh yeah. No,
He
yeah.
said, okay, next.
Right. It's I want to, it's like in looking going back, knowing what I know with as far that I got before I stopped watching it. Because I told you I remember exactly where I stopped off at. I'm picking up certain things in the early episodes.
Okay, you're going to make me go back and watch it all.
Yeah, I'm picking up certain things from Annie. I'm picking up certain things from Berto. I'm picking up certain things from a lot of people, just even their look or the things that they're saying. And I said, yo, it's been there. It's been there. Okay. Gotcha. So I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
Same.
I'm writing notes as I go. I got a bunch of them. I'm gonna break it down season by season so that by the time we
That's
get
going to
ready
be
to
a
weigh in,
3 hour. We ain't even going to do the news for that one. It's going to
no,
be
we
a
just
3 hour
gotta jump
special.
in. because I want to make sure that I'm well prepared when I
Yeah.
sit here and make a decision on whether or not I feel Aaron is justified.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm weighing it season by season. But I will tell y'all this before we get into our other discussion. Boy, he get on my nerves right now. I was like, where you going? This irritating. Or was I just a little bit more lenient 10 years ago?
We
Ooh,
all
child.
hated Aaron. He was an angry boy when he was
Yeah,
younger.
all that
We
screaming
liked
and
the
like,
people
y'all
around
are a
him.
bunch of cowards. Like, shut
I'm gonna
up.
tell
These
you
people
right
are
now.
scared. They being eaten like that girl ate that baked potato.
We did not like Aaron. We liked everyone around Aaron. That's how I feel about it. Everyone else was such likable characters while Aaron was going, nah, 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 nah.
I'll take it a step further. I do like some people. I can't even say I like Armin like that, but I do like him better than Aaron at the moment now and watching it. Mikasa, I put that baby in a box. That girl is just,
Woo!
if I will die for you. Like, okay, man.
Oh, okay, we got a Jaegerist in the chat. We got
a Jaeger.
a Jaegerist in the
Okay,
chat.
okay.
All right, so
all right.
So
save that.
I got a few other little news. It's nothing crazy. If you're a Noragami fan, which me, the manga is finally ending. I hope I haven't heard anything about any more seasons though, but I really, really, really wish they did because they actually did a really good job.
See it. Pull one out for the hero. That's what's up.
Zom 100 is back in
Okay, I can go back to watching it.
In December. I don't know what the issue.
I got Spy Family to keep me company.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a lot going down.
I got some good stuff to keep
this
me
season.
company.
There's a lot. Speaking of a lot, has anyone watched Shangri-La? I am completely blown away by this isekai. And it's not even an isekai. It's literally, they're not doing anything special. Pretty much your main male protagonist purposely plays trash MMOs and trash RPGs on purpose. And he searches out for the glitches and the everything. And
Mother's Basement talked about that when they said it was
it's fun. It's fun. It's the one with the blue bird head. And he pretty much it's his whole thing. I like to conquer trash games. So the lady was like, how about you take a break from all these trash games? Sorry, gotta crack those. And play this other new game that came out a year ago.
Yeah.
And try it out and actually have fun with a game. So you see him going into like all of the creative person mode, and it's VR, right? So it's not necessarily isekai. It is a guy playing a game. There's nothing special about it. He just he's so excited for the mere fact that the customization is in depth and the battle system's in depth. And I'm over here screaming at the back of the TV, just like, it's Final Fantasy 14 online. It's
or World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it's pleasant. This is a pleasant break from all these crazy ass isekais out. Shangri-La, I think 4 episodes are in English and 5 or 6 are in Japanese right now. And we made it to episode 4, and it is so fun because there's this one part, and he's like, "Oh man, I thought I had the battle down." He's like, "Oh, try a new game. You're just a filthy casual." I love the English version is fun. English version is fun. They did a good job.
Okay, I'll put that on my list because I forgot all about it, and I forgot that Mother's Basement talked about it. I didn't take a chance on it yet because but right now I gotta dedicate my soul to Attack on Titan. But when I'm done with that, I'll be back in the thick of it. Be back to.
Yeah, that big wolf though, that was fucked up, man. That was fucked up.
I feel like I'm out of the loop. But that's fine.
My last news is for my haiku fans out there. Woo! The final movie is February 16th next year. It is going to be called The Dumpster Battle. I'm here for it. I'm ready for haiku to technically finish. They've already been finished for a while on the manga front, but not the anime front.
Gotcha. I like it.
I'm here for it. Y'all go watch the English version of Haiku. It is pleasant. Very pleasant.
That's what's up. Well,
And I think that's it for moi.
well, that is news you can use. Take it, put it in your pipe, smoke it, big dogs. Y'all know what to do with it. Now, if y'all haven't noticed, when we came back last week, what? Good. Black Buddha, what it do?
Hey!
Get on in here. You perfect timing. I love to see it. If you can't tell, well, for those of y'all that popped in last week, we did a welcome back because we had took a very long hiatus. Well, a decent amount of hiatus because
Almost a
there's
month.
life that was going on. So unfortunately, almost the entirety of the month of October was dedicated to other things outside the podcast. But that's okay. We're back with a vengeance. We got a good schedule. And if you had noticed, we wrapped up season 2 last Monday. And we are starting and kicking off season 3 with the episode that started it, which is They Did Him Dirty, or I renamed it this time, They Failed Him, because boy, did I go down a rabbit hole. And
Ooh.
it was some stuff that I forgot to say. We
Yeah.
didn't talk about the
We
first
didn't talk
time.
about
That's
the
gotten
first time.
added the second time. But this will be our 2-year anniversary celebration. If y'all haven't noticed, our podcast has been up and running for 2 years at this point. It's been a fun ride.
It has. Yeah,
It
we've
has
had
been a
some
fun
like some
ride.
off and ons, but I mean, for two random bitches trying to just clown about anime and nerd shit, I'm pretty proud.
Basically.
Thanks,
Well,
Black
thank
Buddha.
you. Because when I say it was random, it's been random and it's been fun, and I love every bit of it.
Hey,
Back to
thanks.
those. Thank you. Back to those early days when we didn't start on time, computer
Nope.
issues.
Computer
That's what's up.
crashing all the
I'm
time.
about to say our A1 day ones that's been here forever. Y'all
Yeah, man.
laugh.
Thanks.
We used to just put post up, be like, hey man, we ain't gonna be able
Y'all
to
want
come
to
in.
come in this bitch?
Quite right. It really has. So we getting into it.
I'm here for it. I
Your
want y'all.
brain, go ahead.
Oh no,
Come
I was
on.
just a prerequisite to this. I want y'all to understand Naruto is such a staple and part of me and Geeky's friendship. We literally started this podcast on a mere fact that didn't we have a 5-hour conversation about Naruto once?
Yep.
It was a 5-hour conversation about how just the village was the worst. And then
And
I don't know
that's
who
how this
said
was
it.
born. Nope,
But
you did.
when I was like, we should just talk about this shit live.
Yep.
You're right. Thanks, Black Buddha.
Exactly right.
My computer can't handle it. This $3,000 piece of junk can't handle it. Don't tell that
Triggers.
to Ryan.
We're triggered.
Oh, I would be mad if it
Yeah.
crashes because we talking shit too,
Oh, yo. Especially after I cleaned my little dinosaur off. I wish
bruh.
this thing
You
would
better
have
not.
shut down.
You better
Boy,
not fucking crash
I'm
on me,
I'm gonna do the whole Denzel Washington little meme. I'm about slamming tables, flipping stuff over
oh,
like this.
bruh.
Don't do it. All right, let's get into it.
All
All
right.
right. So remember, if y'all recall, and matter of fact, that little raggedy first season is actually still up on our YouTube. So
It's
if y'all want a
horrible.
comparison,
The
and
quality
our audio
is
was
so
trash, the lighting
horrible.
was garbage, and everything. We've gotten a little better.
I'm
We've gotten
embarrassed.
not because that's when people can appreciate how far you've come when they can see where you
Yeah.
started. I was nervous. I didn't really know how to talk. I didn't want to show anything. I was like, in my big age, ain't that some stuff? But anyway, here we go. Getting into it. Remember, I want y'all to hash it out in the chat. This a good one. This a good one. This a good one. This a good one. We're starting at the top. Because remember, our stance is everybody that Naruto knew, especially in his formative years, failed him.
Including
Then
his
I'm gonna let
team.
y'all know. Yeah, and I'm gonna let y'all know the rabbit hole that I fell down when we get to that little rabbit hole because it's kind of. I'm put like this. I'll put some bugs in your ear. You do need to watch it. You do need to watch it.
Ma'am.
But I will say this, Sheik. Though I will say this. After our discussion, it's gonna make you look at it.
Oh
It's
yeah.
gonna, it's gonna make you do this. Ooh, oh, ooh,
I feel
wow.
like everyone's first impression when they watch Naruto was like, You go. You could do it. You could do it. Get past
Come
that
on,
oppression.
rooting for
You
the
could do
over,
it. Go, go. That
right?
was what's it called?
Root for the underdog, right?
Attack on Titan is still on my mind. Um, yeah, no, like we're all rooting for him. Like, look at him just overcoming everything. And then I
Right.
think that's how me and Gigi's conversation had started. It's like, wouldn't have this been easier if certain
If
people did certain things just a little better? If they were decent human beings and logic was a part of their life? And that's how
that.
we got on the conversation to having this podcast.
So let's start at the top. The entire village of Konoha and their history with the tailed beast. Now, here's a little rundown, just in case for people like Sheik who never really watched it, or it's been a while like me, or some of us vets has been watching it for the last 30 years.
Hey.
Konoha has a really good relationship with the hidden village, and I got my notes over here. The hidden village of Whirling Tides, or the Whirlpool, which is where the Uzumaki clan is. Because remember, in the beginning, remember there was like a big group of people, but then you had the Shinju kind of separated, and then you had
The
the
Uchiha.
Uchihas, and then you had a bunch of other clans. Where there's a faction of clansmen, which were, and I think clansmen, huh, of Uzumakis, which went on to establish the land of whirlpools. Now, this is where I got this information from. The good people over at Narutopedia, and they have pulled the manga chapters and the episode
Wow.
for me. Yeah. So when I was doing my references, I didn't have to go dig because those good people, and they got the little links there. So if, just in case you want to take their word for it, you click on the little link and it'll take you to where it is that they're talking about, or they'll take you where they did the hard work for you. Work
Nice.
smart.
This did not
So
exist 10 years ago. This did not
it did
exist
not.
2 years ago.
Right. When I was doing this, I didn't find it. But anyway, and the good people at Narutopedia wrote these things down for me tonight. They said that these two villages, which was Konoha and the land of whirlpools, where the Uzumakis live, they had such a very, very, very close relationship. Pay attention to the reason why I keep stressing that, because it's gonna make sense when we get down to the discussion. Their relationship was so close that the whirlpool's emblem, which is something I didn't pick up on, is actually on Konoha's clothes.
It's on
So that
every
means,
jacket.
yeah, on their jacket. So if you see that little swirly, swirly, swirl, that's what that is. That signifies their closeness, their bond, that's they folks. They were that close.
Kind of like that. You see me, you see him. Kind of
Keep
like that.
Keep that thought in your head. You see them, you see me. Okay. Now, they were so close that the guy that went on to be the first Hokage, Hashirama, married one of the most prominent people in the whirlpool, which was Mito Uzumaki. Now, Mito Uzumaki, if you had the one with the two little buns and stuff like that,
Yep.
they said she was so revered because her chakra was so big, and what she was able to do with it.
Yep.
They also called the Uzumakis like the land of like longevity, because they had extremely long lifespans. Matter of fact, to put it in perspective, they said that Mito, she survived the first Hokage, the second Hokage, and she was still alive until the reign of the third Hokage. She was just shut the Energizer Bunny. She was
Yep.
big, just got long lives.
Yeah.
Now, she was the first Jinchuriki
Yep.
of the Nine Tails. There's only been 3 Jinchurikis of the Nine Tails. Mito, Kushina, Naruto. Now, Mito was a thug. She was about that life. Let me tell you how. According to the Naruto, they said she was so about her husband Hashirama that when they had a skirmish and he got control of the Nine Tails, she said, "This will help clinch power for him. I can seal it
She
inside
had
my
chakra
body."
chains like Kushina, right?
Yes. Matter of fact, she was like almost, I think they said like the originator of it. She didn't have to split it. Hers was so strong, she got the whole thing. She was also who taught Kushina how to subdue Kurama by, because his overwhelming hate, you have to have an extreme abundance of love to kind of mitigate. That's
Right.
she the one that taught her that. Now,
Well, that
I
actually, side note, don't we're not going to go into
yeah,
it, but it makes a lot of sense now how she feels about Minato.
yes, because that plays into what Mito told her. All right, now keep that in mind. When she said, "All right, my husband about to be the head in charge. I'm about to make sure he's the dominant power. I'm about to seal the nine tails inside me." Just background. Just back. We're going somewhere with this. All right. So Kushina was chosen. She was chosen because she has similar chakra and abilities like Mito. They weren't related.
No?
She just said, nope, they weren't related at all. She was just, nope, at all. I found that out. Yeah, they were not related. She got chosen because of her similarities in abilities to Mito. Mito mentored her because she didn't understand why she had to go over there. And she said that you were chosen to be the successor for the Nine Tails. So they sent her to Konoha to do her training. They sent her to the academy and everything to prep her and get her ready.
She was an
Because,
angry little baby, too. I'd
yeah,
be
they
pissed,
said
too,
she was
if my
very,
parents
very hot
decided
headed.
to shoot me off to another country
Right.
to be a jailer.
Now, I will, before I'm going to circle back to that little right there, I'm going to throw this in here. Did you know also that the fourth Hokage, her husband, created the Rasengan to protect her? Yeah. Now,
Sorry, I
now,
love love, even though I don't show it a lot.
let me throw some things in your ear because I'll put some things in perspective right before we get ready to jump into this discussion. Put these in your ear. I'm about to break some stuff down and then keep that
Okay.
in the back of your head. Here we go. When Kushina got to the village, she had so much bodyguards that she had Ambu as bodyguards that watched her every move. She couldn't leave. She couldn't think. She was under lock. She not lock and key, but she was watched and guarded extremely heavily. When she married and eventually got pregnant, Minato hand chose Kakashi, his top student, to guard her while she was pregnant. When Kushina was passing away, because they decided Minato was going to do the demon seal. She was going to, because she in her weakened state, she was going to do all she could. Right before she died, she summoned the third, and she begged him, and she promised, she made him promise to protect Naruto. So you have all that information. Think about it.
I'm mad now that we got all
Yep.
this
Okay. All
background
right. So
information.
Mito was prized Uzumaki because remember, I'm gonna write it down again. Remember, the land of whirlpool in Konoha was thick. They were thick. They were thick. They were tight. You couldn't separate. Y'all was so tight. Y'all was on my clothes. Right. Mito was prized. Kushina was handpicked and heavily guarded and protected the entire time. So much so that Kakashi was there as her protector, and the third. And then there was Naruto. So let's get into it. What happened? What happened? Because think about it.
Was.
Here's my issue. Here's my issue. Here's my
No,
issue.
I'm
Here's my
mad.
issue. Here's my issue. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
No.
Somebody start explaining to me how you treat a member of the clan that you swear fealty to with such disregard when you got to Naruto. You basically spat in the face of his dying mother, who did a duty to your village because of the bond that y'all had.
Spider said plot. We know, but still.
Right.
We're talking about just
So what happened? What happened?
And
Where was Naruto's guards?
so just so
Where
she
was Naruto's
knows,
guards?
we're not even talking about like a fully grown Naruto. Let's talk ages 1 to 5 here, 0 to 5.
I put a
Naruto.
bug in your ear. I
Oh,
put a bug in your. No, no. I want you to go into it.
oh, okay.
There's
So,
a fan theory going around
uh
that they
oh.
sent him to the village, the orphanage. So there's a good chance that Kabuto had him in those
Oh,
infancy.
you right.
Yeah.
So Naruto was 100% at an orphanage until a certain age. I think a lot of us think it's between 5 and 7. So, first and foremost, we all know how orphanages are. Like, no matter what country, what city you're in, they're not the
Yeah.
best place for kids. I mean, it's just as bad as foster parents. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
Why do you have the fourth Hokage's son, a war hero, and also, if I'm not mistaken, the Namikaze name was very prominent also, regarded on the lines of Uchiha and Hyuga?
Side note with that, what I learned with that was Minato specifically requested that he didn't have the last name Namikaze,
Right.
but take Uzumaki for his protection.
But my thing was, even so, you don't have to give the kid the lap of luxury, but Jesus Christ, have a few Anbu or something watching him or something in a house that's comfortable. Not an orphanage, yo. This is like a mayor's child. This is like a president's kid.
Because what bothers me about that is the treatment that his successors got.
His
And
parents.
it's like I brought it up the last time. I think I said this last time. But y'all let y'all most prized weapon of mass destruction just be chilling in an orphanage.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna get to that apartment in a
I'm
second.
gonna say we're gonna get to that
The
apartment.
conspiracy theory that Namikaze is a fake last name, I don't agree with it for the mere fact that why would you go out your way also
That part.
to
Yeah.
cover it, right?
Oh yeah.
It gets deeper and wider.
Worse.
It is
it
like
gets
the
worse.
Sade song. It's like Victoria Lane. Because the thing is, I'm just talking about his daddy now. His daddy is the equivalent of like a president or a ruler of a country, pretty much. And his mama is quite literally revered as a princess with high abilities from her own country. And
Well,
then
kinda,
countries
sorta.
are supposed to be like this.
Kind of, sort of, but because she was chosen as the successor because of her abilities, that's still okay. Here's where here's where my brain started to crack. I'm oh yeah. I'm jumping ahead.
Calm
but
down.
I got,
We're still talking about
gotta
age
say
1
it.
through 5 Naruto.
Right, because by the time we get there, you know what? Yeah, no, yeah. Fight of the infantry.
Well, the thing is, like, no one was supposed to know. It's okay to be devil advocate. We love that shit.
Yeah.
They said his parents specifically told Saratobi to revere him as a hero.
And that's the part that bothers me, Black Buddha. Even though I can say, like you said, okay, you was holder of the beast that destroyed the village. Yes, and so was Kushina. And yes, so was Mito. And they were treated vastly different than Naruto. On top of that, even if all that other stuff was under wraps, because now, okay, because it's not lost on me that we're talking about a village of ninjas.
Right.
Okay? Everybody in the village is not a ninja, which means the work that ninjas do is supposed to be secrecy.
Right.
So there's some information that the general public is not.
That's what I was about to say. Who leaked this? Who said this child particularly was a demon?
Well, no, but here's because that brings further questions.
Right.
Because it's not like everybody saw it being sealed. It wasn't on public display. No one saw that. So that's the other thing. So I'm glad you said that, because that is bothersome.
Yeah.
But even if we're going by the thing of that information wasn't public knowledge, there's with the world of the ninjas within this hidden village, just like Onyx said, the third promised his mother. Does that mean nothing? You promised her. She made you promise. And then she died. That lady went on to the afterlife thinking you got her child.
There's a wonderful meme right now that Saratobi goes to heaven. He's like, I've made it. And then you just have like Kushina and Minato waiting for his ass. About to jump his ass.
Right. Because you like we can see you failing my child. And it's like Onyx said, who leaked the
Who
information?
leaked the
Because
information?
it's not like the whole thing was on Jumbotron. You know what I mean?
It
Like it's not like it was on display, like the whole village was just sitting there watching the sealing take place and the trapping. It'd be like, oh no, it's not like it was in Yankee Stadium where they had Naruto's infant body in the middle and everybody y'all watch so y'all know who to hate when he get older. Like that
okay.
was not a thing.
So Black Buddha, are you saying that Danzo and Obito leaked the information? So Black Buddha says his mom held the beast when people didn't see its wrath. Then they saw the destruction as Naruto became the holder, and it's Danzo and Obito's fault. Okay, do you have figgity fact about it? Because I can understand that theory. I don't remember.
I would say I could see that being a fan theory, but still, it's not like okay.
Oh, I would point
It's not
fingers
like-
at them too.
It's not like people didn't know. Okay, all right, so real talk. The hidden villages, the earliest wars, I'm sorry, y'all, were being fought for getting to get control of the tail beast.
Yeah.
They were because remember their thing was, oh, that's gonna give us leverage. And then everything broke out as everybody tried to scoop up them like Pokemon, right? So it's not like it wasn't known the destructive prowess of these people. And even now, like with the end of Naruto series and the whole thing with the tail beast in the tree and all that stuff, but all that extra information. Remember, in the early days of them being taught ninjutsu and all that stuff like that, that stuff came about with all that arguing and fighting and infighting and create all that stuff. What's
Hey,
good,
Tiny.
Tiny? Remember, that was still a thing. They know the destructive power. They know these things are valuable. Remember? Because if you remember that episode, remember somebody infiltrated Konoha to kidnap Kushina and Minato rescued her when she plucked off her red hair and left it as a trail.
Yeah.
They knew the value. They knew the value. And yet the only thing that had folks up and kids being kids, they wasn't cracking Kushina because they were scared of her because she had the fox in her. She was just loud and she was like, oh, because remember she stood up, was like, I'm gonna be Hokage, pretty much like what her son did, and everybody ragged on her, da 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 da. But it's not like the village didn't know
Y'all gonna make
why
me Google this.
Yeah, why they brought her there. Yeah, they didn't show this in Shippuden. I feel like I remember
they
seeing
did.
it. Remember, they didn't go. Okay, well, somebody who was a avid read the manga in detail. They did do it in Shippuden, but it wasn't as good as Injustice. But I don't remember them saying, "Oh, Danzo was the one that flipped," because that's still, to me. Here's why that falls apart to me. Because wouldn't it have been easier to kidnap a baby? I'm just saying, wouldn't it have been easier to kidnap a baby? Because if you knew that they just dumped him off, like, why wouldn't you put him in better security? Like they said, Kushina had Umbu as bodyguards. They watched her every move. They made sure she didn't get out of her sight. And then she ended up getting kidnapped, and Minato had to go in there and save her and retrieve her and get her back. I agree with that, Black Buddha, because again, you think about it. You got a whole infant, you waiting into this thing. Like I said, and then it literally did not make sense. My biggest issue is why the third dropped the ball. Because I'm more than certain it wasn't just the third's decision to say, because the land of fire has a daimyo.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I found something, but I don't have 100% like where. They say that it's in the novels that came out afterwards.
Was that written by Kishimoto though?
Did he write the novels, like the
That's why
Shikamaru
I'm
novel, the Sasuke novel?
Because like I said, the Narutopedia that I didn't come across them using it as a reference.
So take this with a grain of salt then.
Okay.
They said in the novels, his exact words was, Isn't he? He's a great scapegoat, isn't he? No one apparently knew about Naruto until after the Uchiha massacre, so that he can put blame on something else and kind of like diverge all the bad things that are happening over here. You don't see nothing. Blame that
You know
kid.
what this
He's the
smells
fox.
like? I'm not cutting you off.
Oh
You
no,
know what
you're
this
good. I'm
smells
done.
like? You know what oh, okay. You know what that smells like? It smells like retconning.
That does smell like
And
retconning.
I'm not throwing it out and I'm not dismissing it, but
Oh yeah,
remember
no.
how we were talking about One Piece and we were like, oh, in hindsight, now that years and years have gone by, or for a better example, Joanne, I'll never call her Jake. Joanne in the Harry Potter series, how she'll go in now, years later, and add all this extra information about certain characters that was not there in the beginning, but it's like, oh, it sounds great now, so let me just go ahead and say it, or and say, oh yes, I always thought it. Like, yeah, it just sounds like a bunch of retconning. It just sounds like, oh, after the fact, oh, sure, 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 and probably because of discussions like this, probably
Straight up,
because we're saying it.
the books were not written by Kishimoto. They were written by his under people,
Which means
underwriters.
I'm more than certain they probably said, okay, well, he probably gave them the okay, but it's simply because, and I'm getting a little tongue tied, simply because somebody probably brought it up to his attention and was like, that don't make no sense,
Yeah.
considering the background of everything else. Because, like I said, I don't understand, and that's what the thing that made the thing that bothered me. How you want to look that lady in her face and then still drop the ball on her kid?
Also, just for hindsight, or maybe I'm saying that probably wrong. I don't know whatever they're called. If Donzo leaked it, if big old booty, if I feel like Saratobi and his magic ass crystal ball should have saw that. I don't understand why people keep
Well, there's a lot of things
people
he would have saw.
with them. Like, you have a person, like, for instance, why the fuck did y'all keep Orochimaru when y'all had already discovered he was experimenting on people and y'all still let that motherfucker stay in y'all village? If you knew Danzo did the whole, like, Uchiha massacre and did all kind of other crazy ass shit, like have root and stuff, why do you keep these motherfuckers around? I'm good. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. Ooh.
Right, you have to see. Okay, I'm about to make this. I'm about to make this 1,000 times worse,
Oh,
y'all.
god damn it.
Because I feel like this is the perfect place for those
Feel
rabbit
like
holes
a
while we were talking about what. Because this is going to make you put it in perspective about why I feel like they treated Naruto the way that they treated
Because he
him.
was black on the inside. No, I lie. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Think about what. Okay.
He was
All right.
black.
Let me make sure. No. All right. Gotta have friends in low places. Okay.
I
I'm
got
glad you
friends
said that.
in
Okay.
low places.
Think about this. Whirlpool in Konoha was extremely tight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's my speculation. They were super
Thank you,
tight.
Tiny.
Thank you. Thank you. They were super tight. Konoha kept Whirlpool around because of what they could do for them. They're the ones, according to Narutopedia, propositioned Whirlpool on saying, oh, you guys can be the containers of the tail beast because of your high, unusually high chakra reserves. So you and us, we have a bond. Riddle me this, chat. Sources say that I told they pulled this from the stuff. Sources say that the other hidden villages and lands became so fearful of the Uzamakis that they attacked them and wiped them out. Basically, considered almost did a genocide
Oh, pretty much,
on
yeah.
their clan because they were no. Listen to where I'm going with this.
Oh.
Listen to where I'm going to this. They did a genocide on the Whirlpool. Where was Konoha?
Mother.
Because remember, Whirlpool was still a thing when Kushina got sent over there.
Konoha is as ghetto as America.
Here's another thing. Sources say, chat, that the surviving Uzamakis became refugees and basically had to become refugees or go to their safety village, which was Konoha, and literally got in just ingrained into their village. So they weren't completely wiped out. Naruto wasn't the last surviving one. There were several. Matter of fact, sources say that they were officially recognized as their own clan again after the fourth great Shinobi War. So after the war that Naruto participated in, it was enough Uzamakis to be reestablished and recognized. But here's let me jack y'all up again. This is how I felt the other day. Remember, Konoha felt who was a threat.
Class.
What clan was
No,
a
I
threat?
was saying class.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
letting the class
yeah.
answer.
Yeah, you're right, class.
Class.
Konoha find as a threat. Y'all know them. Your famous edgelord. So
Yeah.
the
Uchihas.
Uchihas, and they had plotted to eradicate them. You mean to tell me the Uzamakis who just went through that and was living in the
Thank you,
village?
Black Buddha. A
The
plus.
one, listen to this. You mean to tell me the surviving Uzamakis who were living in the village were okay with somebody else having done to them what somebody else did to them?
Oh Lord, and the rabbit hole is deep.
You mean to tell me the surviving Uzamakis were okay with and down with eradicating another clan in the same manner somebody had did to them from the very village that did nothing to help them when they was getting jumped? And before y'all start that, oh no, they may have didn't know. Remember, your job is a ninja. You are about retrieving information and secrecy. You mean to tell me all the rest of the villages, no intel was infiltrated? Konoha either got some shitty ass ninjas or they was a part of it.
And not only that,
They can control, because you're not going to sit there and tell me everybody plotted against the Uzamakis and successfully wiped them off the map almost, just so the the Uzamakis had to go live in Konoha, and Konoha, who's so tight with them, I put your emblem on my clothes. I didn't infiltrate no information and go help you have some ninjas ready to ride on the whirlpool. So when you got jumped, we was there coming out the trees and bushes to have your back.
I feel like that's true for the mere fact that there are Uzamakis in other countries.
Thank you, because they got scattered. Now you put that in perspective and you tell me, now does it make sense how Naruto got treated the way he got treated? I need y'all to be as disturbed as I was
already
the other day. Now it makes sense. I'm gonna put you in the ghetto because I need to break you. It makes sense that I put you in a shitty little apartment at like the age of 5 and give you allowance and not put you up
right
in a nice house with me as the third Hokage and somebody who was around your father. It makes sense that, interesting enough, weren't the Uchiha not allowed? They no, and that's the other thing. They said also, because people brought it up, why didn't Sasuke's mother adopt him? She wasn't allowed. She wasn't allowed. She wasn't allowed to adopt her homegirl's son.
because there were people that wanted Naruto.
Mm-hmm. And you know damn well they wasn't gonna let the Uchihas do it.
Oh no, that would have given them way too much power, and then they would have took the risk of killing him and quote unquote setting the beast free. Yeah, they weren't gonna let
or
that
not even killing him, or because they'll have. Because remember, in the words of what is it, old Chinese proverb, if you have a child for the first 6 years of your life, you have that child for life because they said their most informative years are from
Mm-hmm.
birth to 6 years. That will never go away. So imagine letting an infant Naruto be raised by Uchihas with
I've
a tail,
read a
with the
few.
biggest a tail beast in there.
I've read a few
Mm,
fan fictions where he is taken in, and it's glorious.
it should be.
Like the theory of it is glorious. Like how strong and brilliant would that child be? All of the potential wrenched at an early age with all of the
Right.
nutrients and nourishment a family can give. They weren't they couldn't handle that. They weren't going to be able to handle a strong smart Naruto.
So here's the first question. Kushina's plea in the third. Did he keep his promise?
No. 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 They put him in an orphanage. If it's true, his people leaked it. If that is true, because isn't Donzo works with the? If it is, that's a big old if. If
It's a big
that
old
is the
if, but
case,
still.
but even if it wasn't just Donzo, if it's any of the Jonin or higher, Anbu, whoever, somebody who was under Saratobi leaked information somewhere.
Because think about it. Like I said, it's not lost on us that everybody is not privy to all the information. So say there's a core group of people, important people that know who Naruto is. We know at least Kakashi does because he was Kushina's bodyguard. We know the third does because he had to make the promise. And of course, we got to keep up with where the Nine Tails is. So that little core group of whoever the advisors and stuff are, those people
No.
know exactly where the Nine Tails beasts are. No, it wasn't just gonna float off into the ether. It got away, but they know exactly where it is.
And then we can even talk about
So which means we
Naruto.
can narrow down who may have told, if that's the case. I understand it's a theory,
Yeah.
but still.
It had to be someone who is directly under Saratobi working with Saratobi. That's just the first offense.
Right.
Because if we talk
Right.
about between the orphanage and the people leaking information to make him out to be a villain, then we could talk about ages 5 through 10 where he lived in the fucking hood and couldn't even. You gave the responsibility of a financial allowance to a 5 to 10-year old in those years and expected him to make financial decisions without education
Yeah.
or guidance.
I'm not gonna take care of you like that. I'm not. And they had the little chapter that was like, oh, you'll see an old man every once in a while, and then like the third is like checking up on him. That's not what his mama said.
No. He was
That's not
supposed
what his mama
exact
said.
words is please revere him as a hero
And protect my
and
child.
protect my child.
Now, I guess he took the loose translation and was like, hey, look, if I check in on him every once in a while, he's still alive, he's
He's
still
still
breathing.
alive. I'm doing my job. Yeah, just like the rest
Right.
of these boomers out here.
But then you turn around and then you look at Konohamaru.
Right.
Oh, so your grandson gets to grow up lavish, lavish.
Honorable grandson.
But the reason why you had to come out of retirement is because the Hokage after you literally self-sacrificed and offered his child up as tribute so that you can be comfortable and you can live your lavish lifestyle right now. Don't you think that deserves a little bit more of here? Whoever's running the orphanage, take care of this infant, and then after they said, "Well, you aged out at the ripe old age of 5 or 4, go live in the hood, and I'm gonna get here's a little frog purse, and you do little. I kick you a few coins every once in a while.
Right.
You straight, you good."
Don't spend it all in one place, little
If
6-year-old
I had
boy.
to argue, Harry Potter had it better in the cupboard under the stairs than Polnareff.
Because not only that, he knew when he
Oh,
got.
baby.
Harry knew first and foremost his parents were famous when he entered the
Thank
fucking.
you.
He knew he was famous. He walked in his vault
You know
and his
what? You know
parents
what?
left
You know
him
what?
them ducats.
You know what? That's still very telling. That's telling. Because even though what you just said there, honest, because even though Petunia didn't like her sister being a witch, but she still told Harry about his parents.
Mm-hmm.
Might not tell them anything about the witchcraft,
Might be some
but
bad
she
shit.
did. Right, but she her and as much as slack people gave, they told him about parents. Naruto ain't no shit about his folks.
Nothing.
Y'all think about that.
He didn't know
Vernon
who.
and Petunia, as wretched as they were to Harry Potter, still had the human decency to tell him about his parents. They may have initially lied and said they died in a car crash. Thank you, Sheik. Think about that. They had the human decency, no matter the theories and speculation that Harry became a Horcrux, that's why they was and like, even through that, they had the human decency to say, "Hey," because remember they had him as an infant. He got
Yep.
dropped off as an infant. They didn't say, "Oh, you ain't have no parents, you were nobody, you was unloved."
Go to
It
an
was
orphanage.
right.
Fend for
It was
yourself.
thank you. It was no, your parents died in the car crash. That's why we're taking care of you. Well, that's why you're here. And this is the least we can do. Remember, Naruto used to look up at the face of his daddy every damn
Every
day. And they
day.
never told him
Hey,
his
yo,
father was
that's
the
your
fourth Hokage.
dad.
Okay.
That's your daddy up there. No decency to even say
No,
that. And the fact that he even idolized that man.
and here's another perspective that pissed me off. They said on according to Narutopedia, they put I wish I'd go check it out. They put the manga thing up there. They even got the anime episodes
Nice.
too. Right.
Sheik
They
losing it
said
over here. Time
they
to watch
said
Naruto.
I'm telling you, they said on the outskirts of Konoha, there is a shrine that is a part of the Uzumaki clan. And in the shrine, if you remember that episode where all those masks, those Oni masks are in,
Oh yeah.
yeah, those masks are tied into an ability. It's not a KK Genkai because that's blood, but it's tied into an ability that the Uzumakis can do. It is a fail safe. If things get so bad, they can go there and harness that power. They keep it on the outskirts of Konoha. You mean to tell me this dude literally got family legacy, clan legacy, and y'all didn't even have the decent.
Nope.
This is what I'm saying. When we talked about the real villains of anime, then I think we said the entire village of Konoha is on there. It's
Starting with
trash.
Saratobi. Starting with him. Because he could have
Trash.
changed it. He could have done so many things. Minor things. Very
and you-
minor
And
things.
you know what? You said that right. You know what? The reason why we blame Saratobi, we can't blame Hashirama because Hashirama did the marriage of convenience. Let me tell you, I'm not saying he didn't love Mito. I'm just saying I don't know, but that's what started their bond. We already know the second Hokage, he wasn't even studying nobody but
He was
eradicating the
racist.
Uchiha's. Right.
He was racist. The second
reason why we
Hokage
say
was racist.
Right, started with Saratobi because a lot of all that crap there, the attack on the Uzamakis, all that was under him. That was during him.
Not only that, like if you talk about Saratobi in general, what he could have done, like very well, him knowing that Kakashi was there, you could have ordered Kakashi to take him in and financially support Kakashi. You could have had Kakashi.
But the reason why I blame Kakashi too, though, see it.
Oh no, I blame him too.
You were there, sir. You could have volunteered.
Right.
Why
And
didn't
that's
you
what I
just
said.
volunteer and be like, I'll take him?
Saratobi, he could order everybody to kill whoever he wants, but you can't order somebody to go and properly take care of a child. You can't say, Jiraiya, it's time for you to come back. It's your responsibility as a godfather is happening.
No offense to him, but yep, him too.
Oh yeah,
It's not like you didn't know
that's what I'm saying.
that the fourth Hokage had died and his mama. You could have went back to the village and at least picked your child up as a godparent. Why didn't you go back when the news got to you? You should have hustled your whole ass back to Konoha and scooped him up out the orphanage. All y'all was too complacent with letting him sit there.
But I don't think Jiraiya even realized who Naruto was when he met him.
No. Okay.
Did he? Did he?
Yep.
Okay.
According to Narutopedia, both Minato and Kushina asked him, could they name
Right, I
their
remember that.
child after his character? He knows.
Oh, then yeah, when he said, "Hey, I'm
They
Naruto's," he knows.
yeah,
Then my,
he said, "Are y'all sure?" And it was like, "Yes," as a tribute to him. Thank you. You up for your whole ass. Yeah, come
that's
on
what I'm
back.
saying. Like where?
Stop smashing
That's what
long
I'm saying.
enough to come take
It
care of
has
your
to be
responsibility.
understood that the power of command and control starts with Saratobi. He could have easily put him not in the best living conditions, but some sort of something, and have Kakashi and Jiraiya be responsible. Hey, come do your job.
But see, this goes back to that point that Tani made before. Remember, there's a study. There was not really a study, but they kind of used it as a study. Remember, when they were interrogating all of the people who worked under Adolf Hitler that he gave commands to, they would have them
Yeah.
on trial, right? And they were asking different, different members of his party, why did they go through doing the things that they did? Because he told y'all to. And they said, more or less, it boiled down to it absolved them of the responsibility. They felt like if anything that went left, the blood that wouldn't be on their hands, it would be on his because they were just following orders.
Yeah.
Here's my issue with that, with Kakashi and with Jiraiya when in regards to Saratobi. Where is your humanity? Even if he didn't order y'all to,
Yeah.
Kakashi, yo, you were literally standing right there, big dog. It was your job to protect her.
Right. Right.
You mean to tell me after everything was said and done, you didn't pick the infant up and take it to your house and told Sarah Toby right there, I will take care of him? Jiraiya, when the news got back to you,
You didn't
you
come
didn't
right
say
home.
thank you. You didn't come home. Regardless, my point is, if even if Sarah Toby said nothing, even if Sarah Toby was like, shit, let the chips fall where they may, y'all are adults. Take responsibility and think for yourself before somebody else have to tell you to do it. Where is your humanity?
Right.
And I put it into perfect perspective. When they kidnapped Kushina when she was younger because she had the 9 tails, she had belief that Minato would save her. He didn't wait for orders.
No, he didn't. He did
He
his
didn't
job.
wait for it. Thank you. He didn't. No.
Don't
You
let
know
him
what,
know.
Spider. It don't matter because
Don't
you know
matter.
why it don't matter, Spider. They have no problem let a 5-year-old stay in the hood by himself.
Here's another one for you, Spider. Kakashi already done killed like several motherfuckers anyway before
So
he was
did.
18. So why you can't have one? You can't raise nobody, but you could be
Thank
a
you.
murderer.
Oh, thank you. You could be matter of fact, you could be a murderer for the group, but y'all ain't got no in the same breath. You ain't got no problem saying you aged out of the orphanage at the ripe old age of 4 and throwing you
Right.
in the ghetto by yourself. Okay, miss me with that teenage mess. No,
No.
no defense for Kona. Kona
No.
is trash.
Everyone is guilty.
Everyone failed
Everyone
him.
failed him.
And
We
the only person that I would won't give slack to is Sasuke mama. Because at least she tried.
she tried.
They just wouldn't let her.
I mean,
They wouldn't let her.
don't even get me started. So we from 5 to 10-year-old Naruto. We are broke. We're living in the hood. No one's really checking up on us. We are ostracized by the village and by our peers. We are broke, broke. We don't know how to handle money. We're literally drinking old milk and living off of ramen,
That part.
which is what? Probably like 50 cents. It's for the cheapest one.
Right. So here's the other one. This the other part of the question that I'm gonna pose to y'all. Why I would like to know in this discussion the difference. Why do you think there was different treatment of the second Jinchuriki of the 9 tails versus the third Jinchuriki of the 9 tails, which was Naruto? But because he is qualified to murder, that automatically apply him to dude. What did we say? So that's fine. Do you think his treatment, what they actually did to him, was better? Oh, I'ma look your dead mama or dying mama square off in her face and be like, sure, Jan, I'm gonna take care of your child. I got you. Don't worry. You can die in peace, girl. Go toward the light. Your baby is well. Take care. Look, I'm holding him right now. Woo, 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 woo. I got him, girl. Go ahead and die. As soon as she died, yeet, yeet is the baby to whoever would catch him.
My thing
Seriously?
is though, if you want to pull that card, I looked it up. Kakashi was 14 when Naruto was born. By the time
Nice.
Naruto is 10, that means he is 24.
Right.
So why can't we have like either some form of mentoring program or some form of a sub guardian, like having a friend in the midst of all that? But he is literally alone and by himself, being ostracized by hundreds of thousands of people. But you, even if you didn't want Kakashi to quote unquote be a parent, where are you, bruh?
So you know what? Yep. You know what? Hey, you know what? You know what? 14-year-old, sure, you ain't got to be nobody daddy right now. I understand. I get it. I get it. You ain't got to be a daddy. You ain't got to be a daddy. So that still fall on Sarah Toby,
And Jiraiya.
the two actual adults in this situation.
The first time Naruto meets Kakashi is when he is quite literally joining his team at 12. Where are you
Yep.
for 12 years, Kakashi? That is
And
your sensei's child that you were protecting.
which further bothered me because again, you made it look like he was such the asshole. You didn't even want him on your team.
Right. You were ready to say, fuck this team, I'm out.
But it's like you do realize you're gonna dis right. I'm glad you said that, Spider. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said Aruka. Now honestly though, I think we have to put Aruka in the same boat as Kakashi because Aruka said he harbored animosity towards Naruto, or rather the Nine-Tailed Beast, because I think his parents
Yeah,
got
his
killed or
parents were
hurt
killed by the
during that attack.
Nine-Tailed. So
Right,
he admitted to hating a child.
right. And again, that goes back to Onyx said, but how you know it wasn't him?
Right. Where's the leak?
Because like I said, it ain't like they was in Yankee Stadium and it's not like when, the Hokage and his wife is getting birth, tune in at 9.
The Truman Show.
Right. Like it wasn't televised. So it's like who's saying this stuff? How did this
Because
information get out?
Aruka is a Jonin, right?
Right.
And that's why I said it's got to be
He's
someone
fairly
from
young.
Jonin up who have
Right.
leaked some information. How old was Iruka when Naruto was born? Hold on.
I don't know. Because
Google.
because Aruka wouldn't know. Aruka didn't meet him until like what, much later? Like when he was
Yeah,
already
12.
Yeah.
Well, probably a little earlier than that because he was
Yeah.
the first teacher.
Right. But yeah, while you're looking that up, it's my thing is I need to. Well, see, that's the thing, Black Buddha. That's what we're trying to understand. We don't know who knew. Like I said, it's in because whoever did knew. That's the people who let the information out, like you said,
Iruka
speculated.
was 10 when he lost his parents when Naruto was born.
Right. Which means he was probably in that flashback. And I remember that episode when they did that flashback. He was telling him he had looked outside his house while so he wasn't there. He was at home.
Right.
So, again, who's sitting here putting a target on a baby like that? Who let it
Who
out? Be like,
hating babies that
if
hard?
y'all
Why
want
we
to,
hating babies that hard?
right? If y'all want to, tailor your anger, there he is, that infant right there in that nursery. You see him? Boom, him. So here's my thing. Why do you think they treated the second Jinchuriki so much different than the third?
I think I'm gonna throw this out there, and it might.
So different.
I feel like Naruto was the mistake that they wanted to ignore,
Mm.
and how
You
they.
think it's because he wasn't handpicked? He was still an Uzumaki, though.
No, I think it's more of like we failed the fourth Hokage and his wife, and he's living proof of that.
I still think that's. I
It's more
still
of a
think
I
that's
hate myself, so I hate you situation.
but it's
Oh,
irresponsible.
it's definitely
Your
irresponsible.
weapon is out here being and with no home training.
Right.
Like what? Okay, so perfect example. What would they have done if Naruto ran away at a young
I
age?
love those fan fictions. Naruto journey to the west. He becomes the emperor and he
What is he,
rules
the Monkey
everything.
King?
Well, usually it's
Right,
like Naruto emperor. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, fanfiction.net or wherever you go to get your fanfiction fix.
right.
I'm showing my age with fanfiction.net. Has a very large quantity of fan fictions of Naruto either getting exited from the village or purposely leaving from the village. He goes to the west and becomes like the emperor of the west, and what he finds there is quite literally the crossover of every anime you can think of.
Ooh.
I forgot who did it the best, but there is one person who did a very good job implementing. And pretty much Konoha goes to the Emperor of the West to ask for help, and they don't realize it's Naruto, and their village, Konoha, gets destroyed. Everyone gets excited because they're dead. It's wonderful. It's a good time had by all watching that demise.
To be fair, the One Tails host spent his entire life in prison until he died of old age. Well, here's the thing though, Spider. That's anime only. It's never in the manga.
It's not in the manga.
They never talk about the other tail beasts.
It,
They when they finally got to like the big reveal, the only thing Kishimoto did was actually draw a really really dope spread of all of the tail beasts. That was that's where they based the characters in the anime because that's all he gave them. He never he if you go and read
I
the
think,
manga,
yeah, in the
there
manga,
is
didn't they
no
say that
information.
um, the raccoon was in a teapot and they wanted to try to utilize that power by putting it in Gara?
Something like
It
that.
was something like that
Yeah.
because I remember the teapot because when I had to watch some stupid ass Boruto episodes, this motherfucker was back in the teapot.
Right. Yeah. When I
So
say it is literally anime only. So I'm not saying it's not canon, but what I'm saying is it's never in the original manga. The manga came first. So I always look at those episodes as filler.
yeah. Oh
Not
no,
being
that's
funny,
fun.
but
A lot of people
it's
thought
not the
the Sora where he had like the fox's arm, that was filler.
yeah.
The turtle
Yeah.
was filler. The snail
Yep.
was filler.
Yep.
All of the things you know about your Jinchuriki buddies are all
Yeah.
filler.
It's literally anime only. So the only reason why I don't include them of their treatment is irrelevant. It literally was just made up because
No.
during that time they were getting into they had to stretch it out because Shippuden was just up and running. They didn't have a lot of uh chapters out yet for the
And the filler
episodes.
got
So yeah, so
bad.
the filler got really bad because in the manga, the series literally just jumped. I think there was one in between, which is Kakashi Gaiden, and it literally was seamless. It was there was Naruto's story up into whatever happened to Sasuke, and then it was Kakashi Gaiden, and then it was they was like in there. I remember the advertising next week, first chapter of Naruto
Yeah, I
Shippuden, two
think
year
what was it
time
like the
jump.
last 70 episodes of
Uh-huh.
Naruto was all filler. Like not
Yeah.
Shippuden, but just Naruto.
Like
All
yeah, because if you
filler.
remember, I think from what was it, season 4, 5 to 9, all that was
Oh,
filler.
it's like 70
Yeah,
something
literally,
episodes.
Shippuden was like right behind the first
They had
series.
to
There
pull
was
some
no
shit out of their
change.
ass because Sasuke
Yes,
with them cat ears was so stupid. It's the
right, like all
stupidest
that,
filler.
and then in the Shippuden because it was weekly, but by the time they got ready to okay, we've stretched it out long enough. By the time they started Shippuden, remember animation's still a lot faster, so they was like, oh, okay, when we got to that part, Kakashi didn't give us. I'm not Kakashi. Kishimoto didn't give us anything about the what's called. Okay, well, we'll use that as a perfect opportunity to do some background on the other Jinchuriki while he makes more chapters. Look at it this way: it's like Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Full Metal Alchemist only is canon for so long before it divulges into its own story. If you want the story that was beat for beat for the manga, go to Brotherhood.
Yeah.
So like no one now that knows it looks at regular Full Metal Alchemist as canon to the story. That's kind of how I see it. And I when I say I die hard, so yeah, you kind of got to take that with a grain of salt. That's why I was like, well, yeah, sure he was in prison if you
Yeah.
take that, but you mean it's
I'm
kind of
gonna
not
go with canon right now because we are talking about like stuff that has actually pissed us off with this story.
right. So with in that regards, why do you think they treated Kushina so differently? Because when I say she was guarded darn near 24/7. She couldn't move, she couldn't do
I
this. They was on her, but while in the meantime, Naruto literally was basically left to, like he said in several chapters, I know this forest like the back of my hand because I was always in it. He was basically left to his own devices.
I was gonna
That
say
doesn't make
something about
sense.
his value became worthless because of the Uzumaki clan being completely annihilated, but he's got Jinchuriki, so
Excuse me.
bless
Which
you.
is even which is sad though. Think about what you just said. But wouldn't don't you think Konoha as a village is doing the Uzumakis a
Oh,
disservice
he doing the
by saying
Uzumaki
he's
super
worthless?
dirty,
Because remember, then you got this baby rocking the clothes with his own clan symbol emblem
and
on
he
it.
don't know nothing
And
about
he
it.
don't even know nothing about it. So to
Oh
sit there and
baby.
say, oh, his worth is diminished because the clan is gone. Well, who thought is that? Y'all,
I'm just
y'all
throwing ideas out.
on top of that, like y'all first Hokage is even married to a direct lineage. Of that alone, the respect. Here's another thing. Remember, Tsunade is the granddaughter of Mito and Hashirama.
Mm-hmm.
See how they revered her when she came back? They hand chose her. Please be Hokage. Now tell
An
me why.
automatic seat. She had an automatic seat.
Thank you. And she's part Uzumaki. Why did they treat her differently and still treated Naruto like crap?
She is what, Spider?
Of being an Uzumaki? Because she is.
Yeah, she is. She is.
Yeah, like she's both Shinju and Uzumaki. Her grandmother was Mito, which was the Uzumaki that first sealed the Nine Tails. She married Hashirama, which is the first Hokage. Those two people had her parents, and those parents had Tsunade.
Right, which
She is
explains the massive chakra that she's able to distribute.
right. They just thank you. So it's my thing. And but remember, she was one of the great three Sanin. They revered her. Remember, they was like, "You're the first Hokage's granddaughter, and Naruto's is the fourth Hokage's actual son.
Right.
How come
There
y'all are
is, now
not
that you said
treating
that, there are two honorable grandchildren here who are treated significantly better than Naruto.
grandchildren being treated better than someone's actual
Team
child?"
out, don't you start that shit. Don't you come in this chat with that bullshit. Don't you do it.
She,
Don't do it.
she.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you, brother.
Oh, it is extremely ratchet. Tiny. Between the first and second nine tail holders, says Black Buddha, there was no nine tails released, right? Correct. Because Mito was her chakra control was so strong, it never got out.
And she was old too. They had the longevity thing.
That still
Shut
goes back
up,
to what we
y'all.
said, Black Buddha. Who told? Who told? Who
Someone's
told?
leaking.
Because that's still, I mean, and you know what? I'm gonna stop saying that, Black Buddha. You know why? Because it's not like it what like I said, that still don't make no sense. They knew Mito was the container for the nine tails. They knew Kushina was the container for the nine tails. That just goes back to what I said. Why did they not get? And I understand you saying, well, it wasn't out on a rampage at that time, so no one had reason to be scared. And to that I say, touche. But still,
Team out.
Thea.
Stop it.
Turkey based.
Stop right now, sir. I'm gonna
Why would
tell
y'all
Ryan on
not
you.
think that Tsunade couldn't actually got some real beat? Why did it have to be a turkey baster? Do you think she was the kind of bitch that would save sperm in a freezer and use a turkey baster? With those tiggle bitties?
I feel like
Okay.
Tsunade could pull whatever she want with them tickle bitties.
Thank you. Thank you. She
just
did
saying.
not have to act like when nobody smash.
She wore them like that for the mere fact that she knew she had it.
That and the fact that this lady said, I'm so good at what I do in my with my chakra. I'm gonna make sure I keep my youthful appearance so these bad boys will always be in your face.
Just remind y'all who I is. So,
Just
are we getting to huge, bro?
huge.
Huge.
You know, the only person that rivals her to go biddies is the old girl from Bleach. What's her name? With the red?
Orahime. I do not like
No,
her.
no. The captain, no, she ain't a captain. She on the go time. The
Matsumoto.
yeah, good child.
I like how you knew I would find out because
Yeah.
I tell my child all the time. I was like, you can't just expect me to remember everything. You know how many anime names I have in my head? There's so
Plus, I
many.
told you I struggle with the names in Bleach. I know who they are, but I struggle with their names.
Like, I don't understand how I know all these anime names, but I can't remember that my child has
Now,
like
granted,
volleyball
if the
next
names
week.
are simple, then I'm good, right? Like if it's like I got that, like I can remember that, but you got practice,
You need money for a T-shirt,
right? Right. Now, here's my other thing. So those same ratchet ass parents in Konoha, the village, turned around and taught their kids to be prejudiced because of the crap that Naruto had to endure. And they knew, remember those sitting in the swing, the slow music? They knew. They was like, oh, don't play with him. Right.
Bro,
This at the third. Now,
that shit was on
honestly,
repeat in high school. That's how sad
for
I
real.
was. Oh man, that was on repeat in high school because I downloaded that from not Kaza, LimeWire.
Ooh, child. Took a risk.
It's a piano sadness and sorrow. That is exactly what it's called.
I'm gonna need T-Mail to stop. She left the village because she was hiding the pregnancy.
He is still going on this rogue storyline on the sidebar, y'all.
You know what? I'm with it. I'm with it. See, new fanfic.
Please come get your brother Ryan. He's cutting up in my chat again.
Minato was the love child of Dan and Tsunade, right? Ew, no, T-Mail, no. Because that would make him and Kushina relatives, and I don't like that. Because, they was in the same clan. I don't like that. No.
That's why I told him, I told you, he's got a whole narrative on this side. It's like, T-Mail, side story for Naruto, the love child of Tsunade and Dan.
Just type him.
Just go ahead. Just create the whole story.
We in the South, right? As long as it's not first cousin, but second and third.
Dude, you already know how I feel about that.
They're okay.
You already know how I feel about that.
So in regards, though, to the taught and learned prejudices, though, wouldn't that also have been a prime time before any of that had got up? If Sarah Toby had just stood up and was like, hey, this baby did the ultimate sacrifice and he saved us all.
If he would have literally just pulled like a Lion King, be like, you respect this child. You better be thankful.
Look, I don't have a stuffed animal. I'm gonna raise my wind up.
No. You better hope he don't beat y'all ass.
Praise your blonde-haired, blue-eyed savior.
Right.
To be fair, there are people online.
I agree with that.
I was doing. I mean,
you can't have that many black hair and black-eyed people in one clan. I'm just saying that's not how DNA works. But okay.
they're just homogenous.
Punted square.
Here's the other thing though. I mean, they kind of ain't have no choice. They wasn't allowed to go nowhere.
I know, not only that, it's like who marries into the Chia
But
clan?
no, speaking of that, it's like you mean the entirety of their clan? There was no Uchihas and no other villages nowhere.
That's
They
what I'm
just
wondering too. Like, if
their
you
entirety was in Konoha.
literally can find Uzamakis scattered around, why you can't find no Uchihas? This definitely got something to do with the second Tobirama and his racist ass.
Right. Well, you know what? Because maybe he took it upon himself and went all over the world and did them
And
in.
just
But you
corralled
know what?
them.
That still didn't put a target on Konoha's back because it's like, oh, you got the Nine Tails, some Uzamakis, and you got access to several ocular powers. You got
Because
the
you got
Uchihas.
Hyuga and
That's what I'm
Uchiha.
saying. And you got the Hyuga clan. Come on, man. Y'all a little OP over there. Let's go ahead and blow them off the map. Like that don't make no sense. It's so much.
It is.
So
now,
here's
oh, go
no,
ahead.
there.
No, I was going to say
Oh.
moving on to like early teenage Naruto where the story starts.
It gets better.
Hmm?
Like it didn't get any better.
No, it doesn't.
I mean,
It's just we
but
have more
even-
people to blame now at this point.
Well, no, because at this, well, see, teenage Naruto, at least Jiraiya came and said,
Shut up.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm sure some people had.
Shh, don't even read that comment out loud. Don't even read that comment out loud.
They was down with the swirl.
Well, no, like, as he gets into actual storyline, you realize, like, Sakura fucking hates his ass all the time. She beating his ass. Uchiha is making him feel guilty, and he just want to be his friend. I mean, Kakashi, we already got started on that fool. Like, he's just so obsessed with helping Sasuke that he completely goes to Naruto.
Right, because he was like, "Oh well, I just want to make sure, because of the, shotting gun. My thing is, first of all, your eyeball was borrowed. Okay, that doesn't make you an
Right.
actual
It's
Uchiha.
not really yours.
Right, that's still really jacked up because you're gonna disregard your teacher's child for someone you know is extremely angry. And then where did that get you, Kakashi? He still left. He still would have went a whole pedo and allowed said pedo to bite and nibble his neck. He would rather have that.
Sorry, y'all know.
You know what I
am.
like? Now, they did say something in the Narutopedia that they said that the Uzamakis was like a very forgiving clan. I see that coming out in Naruto because he did a lot of talk no jutsu when he should have faded a lot
And
of
he,
folks.
instead of kick your ass jutsu.
Like seriously, like and I have to give it to him because his age of reasoning should have kicked in.
Oh
It's like,
shit! Don't get her started.
oh, we already talked about that, and y'all already know how I feel about it. They is together for the rest of their life. That's why they together. Secret lovers. Yeah.
You just make him kiss. Just
Because why do you think that he'll come see Naruto at his office before he go home and see his own wife and kids?
I was upset when they pointed out the fact that Boruto early episode was the first time Sasuke ever spoke to Hinata in the whole series.
Also, since Sasuke was like, I'll be Boruto's master because he's supposed to be his daddy. And he wanted to make sure his son has
Y'all
a
stop.
good
Y'all have gone left field, and I'm upset with everybody at this point. Y'all are writing a whole new... It's not even Naruto anymore. It's a softcore smut porn is what y'all are putting out here. Shame on y'all. Jesus is watching.
Okay. It's like, oh, he knows my heart. And in that heart lies the beauty that is Sasuke and Naruto, consummating their love.
Black Buddha, the thing is, Kakashi knows Naruto ain't got no daddy either. He was there, remember?
Correct. It's like okay, and I know y'all are intelligent. Y'all know this. Y'all know this. He was there. His teacher told him to watch my wife,
By
protect my
that
wife
age,
while I go
Kakashi was
and deal with
Anbu.
this. Yes, remember?
He was
He
Anbu
was.
at that age. Kakashi knows everything. And that's why he gets
Everything.
the dagger to the face too for being a
Right in
crappy
the
human
face.
being, because
Right in his good eye.
several, like I said, it's tiny things this storyline could have did to make that child in a better circumstance. Kakashi didn't have to play daddy. Kakashi could have literally just said, hey, Naruto, it's not different.
It's not.
Hey, Naruto, I was your father's pupil. I'm just here to get to know you and let's be
Okay. Okay.
friends.
So I will say this. In the vein of it being slightly different, that one person lost their entire family through a massacre, a genocide, from at this point what I perceive my brother. The other person lost their parents because they were giving birth to me and they were trying to protect.
Bruh.
But see, here's the problem that I have with the Kakashi thing picking Sasuke over Naruto, though. It's not like Kakashi can relate to that. Remember, it's not like he had his whole clan wiped out. I'm talking about Kakashi. Remember, he had beef with his daddy, White Fang, what they call him, White Wolf, White
White
Fang,
Fang.
because he was like, oh, those who abandoned the mission are trash to me. So remember, he just had beef with his dad. It's not like he lost a parent that, and I will say that's not that Kishimoto divulged to us, because even in Kakashi Gaiden, he didn't go into that type of background. So with that being said, that's still fucked up. So excuse my French,
Are
but
we still
it's
like, are
still.
we trying to let this slide? Like, I'm trying to
Well, I
understand.
guess I guess what Black Buddha said. One, he's playing devil advocate, and it's
No,
just
you're
one of
right.
those things that he says.
Kakashi's
But it's
dad did
like,
commit suicide because of the backlash of his choices that he made on a mission.
okay, then that was he gave himself a game over. Okay, it's not like he died being a hero, or it's not like somebody attacked his plan and wiped them off the face of the earth. So with that being said, Black Buddha, still, why would you pick one over the other? Talking about that one had more precedents, sorry, as opposed to your literal mentors, your teacher, the one that got you as good as you help utilize your talent so much that you became Ambu. Why do you not? Where's the honor system? As big as I know this is not Japan, like fictional Japan, but as big as y'all are, particularly Kakashi, who says your mission is everything, sticking to it is everything. Why he look at that as a mission? You don't see that's your duty, honor to your
No, it
teacher,
definitely is something he could have intervened in. Very,
right?
and not even take time. Like, it's not even
Because
take
he
effort
didn't.
to be
That's what I'm
somebody's
saying. He
friend,
didn't.
bruh.
That's what I'm saying. That part. That part. I'm glad you said it, because you might not have to have him live with him, but stop by the check on that boy every
Hey,
day.
what's up? I brought you some
Him
ramen.
out
Let's
to
go
go
to
eat. That's what I'm
Ichiraku. Let
saying.
me
Let's
buy
go
you a
eat.
meal.
That's
How
what I'm
you
saying.
feeling today? How you
House.
doing today? What's
That's what I'm
good?
saying.
That
Let me
girl
take you
cute,
out.
right? Like, I don't understand why you couldn't
Like
put forth some
Onyx
effort.
said, we wouldn't have had the sad music if he had friends or somebody to have his back like
Do,
that.
do, 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 do.
It's not a similar loss. How is that a similar loss? His daddy gave himself a game over. Somebody else's daddy got picked off. How was that a similar loss? By
Only
that
because it's
vein,
okay. So is it
by
only
that vein,
because?
Naruto had a similar loss. Naruto didn't experience a loss.
So are we saying that just because they had years with their parents, that
That
there's
makes it better.
a better or
But that
hurt
doesn't.
more?
That's what I'm saying. That's like almost saying that's the one up game. You can't play one up on
So
that, because
I'm
on
a,
top, because even if you wanted to use that and be like, oh, okay, well, you like Sasuke threw up in his face. You never knew your folks. Okay, yeah, y'all let me know it every chance y'all got. Y'all dunked on me and shitted on me every
everybody
chance
knew
y'all
but
got
me.
to
Everybody
make.
knew
Thank
but
you,
me.
to make sure I knew I ain't have nobody from Guap.
So
Damn.
so it's like this. We'll take real life scenario because that's the best way to understand it. My mother lost her father.
Didn't we say we was gonna
before.
stop
I
doing
know I
that?
was supposed to stop talking about my family, but still, it's just we so interesting and full of shit. Uh, my mother lost her father. She never knew him since she was a little baby. She don't remember him, nothing. I had a dad, but he was trash, and I haven't talked to him in 5 years.
Child, I ain't drunk enough for this conversation.
So, whose situation is worse or better? Because she never got to meet him to even form an opinion, or I had one, but I mechanically make him dead in my head all the time. Did you pour you another
What's
glass?
also, yeah, I told you I wasn't drunk enough.
Stop talking about my family eventually.
What also makes that worse though, that still ought to make Kakashi feel like shit, Black Buddha, because you could have gave Naruto a chance to be on the same playing field had you just stepped in or somebody stepped in and been a father figure to him so he would at
Even
least
an
know what it's
older
like.
brother, something. A
That's what
figure
I'm
of
saying.
something.
It's almost like punishing him for not having, and your bitch ass was there when he was born, and you know for a fact, even when you got older, you could have chose, like, even
Yeah,
if, like,
you
okay,
can
not
choose.
14, but when you was 18 or some a little older, you could have went over there and started kicking it with him.
Right, because remember,
And you actively chose not to.
Naruto wasn't just behind in the ninja arts. Naruto didn't know how to use money. Naruto didn't know how to do any of
Right.
that. They would overcharge him all the time. That's canon. That they would overcharge him all the fucking time, and he wasn't properly educated. Whose fault is that? Why has no one intervened? What had no child left behind?
Just saying. So it's like, but and also, I mean, and I feel what you're saying, Spider. He had his demons, but everybody did
Everybody
though.
does.
And what I mean, and on top of that, what I mean is the entire village, particularly the people around Naruto, it seems like they went out their way to make sure he had as just as much trauma, if not more so, just like the rest of them.
This child was made to believe that he wasn't shit and he was never gonna be shit. So he had to quite literally over willpower himself saying, I am gonna be shit. I'm gonna be
And
the shit.
let's make this even sadder than it already is. Remember in those first early episodes, Naruto was such a bad student, he kept failing, that he
Yeah.
stole a scroll and taught himself the shadow clone jutsu. Think about it like this: that baby ain't
That just
have
made me think
nobody.
about something.
Yeah, that baby ain't have nobody to talk to until he can make his own clones and can talk to himself.
This just made me more pissed off at Jiraiya at this point, now that I thought about
Don't
something.
you think about that? He
So,
didn't have nobody to talk to for real, for real, for real until he made his own damn clones and can talk to his damn self.
correct
If
me.
that if that ain't no trauma in your head, child,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
tell us.
Until Jiraiya came around and adjusted his seal, because when he first met him, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why he couldn't properly use chakra, right?
That's like sending the baby
Right.
with dirty
So
dirty and busted clothes.
my
Man,
thing is,
talk
what I'm
about some
getting at,
trash.
what I'm getting at is, so you're telling me, Jiraiya, knowing that this child exists and he does have a seal, and you are one of the last few seal masters to exist. Why didn't this make you come sooner to check up on the seal?
I'm gonna put another one in your ear because Narutopedia mentioned this.
I talk to
They
myself
said
sometimes too.
that the Uzumaki, yeah, we all do. Sometimes I just need great conversation. But they said that
Intelligent
the
conversation.
Uzumaki clan was really, really, really adept at
Yes,
seal.
they were a clan of seal masters. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's where Jiraiya went to learn, since he's a traveling asshole. Had to
Bad.
go look at some titties.
So
Those
like you
Uzumaki
said,
titties.
like you said, no one checked on the kid to see, because you saw it on there. No one checked to see that it's a little wanky. No one
Right.
at least got Jiraiya or somebody they knew to be like, can this be fixed? It's that is child
So
abuse
wait,
because it's
now,
neglect. It's neglect, y'all. It's neglect. He was just uncared for, period.
so
And the fact that he was able to do what he did shows sheer tenacity and will. And if he did, him not burning the village to the ground, they should be grateful. Every damn day he doesn't torch that hole to the ground.
My thing is, so you're now that that has been said, so the oh so many times that he failed, did no one think to have a medical check on him?
No, we don't. And you know what, T Mel? That is a great observation. Jiraiya may not have assumed that Kushina or the third would properly not take care of the boy. But guess what? You was the godfather. They named you godparent. They named you godparent. The word got
T-Mal,
back.
you're a godparent. You see your
Word,
godchildren, right? You give them
word.
gifts. You check up on them, right?
Once word get back to you that his parents are deceased, when you take that vow and say, I will be the stand-in if something happened to you, sir, in the words of Willy Wonka, you are wrong, sir. Wrong. You did not hold up your end of the bargain.
Do not pass
You did
them.
not go get that kid. You did not do what you were supposed to do.
It wouldn't have mattered if he quote
You can't
unquote
even
thought
sit here and tell
Saratobi. You
me
can't blame that on Saratobi. That one. You can't blame that one.
not
on
that
him.
one,
Not that one.
because that's just a convenient excuse to continue to be a hoe. Sorry.
It's kind
I
of
don't
like,
want to stop tricking in these streets. So a kid would just wrinkle the style.
I'm sad. They done gave
Yes.
that child a medical check, a chakra
Fuck.
check, something. And the thing is,
Nothing.
I personally feel that they do that sort of thing because they found out early that Rock Lee didn't have chakra. So this is something that they do, I'm guessing, check.
You are absolutely right, because they already knew Rock Lee could not do he had no genjutsu. He was literally taijutsu, period. He could not do ninjutsu. He could not do anything else. He was just taijutsu, period.
So it's kind
And
of
you
like,
you saying it's like the world of My Hero Academia. If it ain't manifest by 5, your ass is corkless. So they had to know. Somebody had to know.
so they made my head. Oh, I'm sad. Yeah.
All over again.
So it's kind of like when you have those tests as a kid, like to check your eyesight and shit. They didn't. They just said, "Oh, fuck that child." Is that what we did?
Or like I was tested first grade to see if I had dyslexia. If there's a suspicion of something, they send people in
Yeah,
and they
they
would test you to
send it
make sure.
in.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, y'all didn't. But remember, when we get on the scene of the story, Naruto had like failed the academy several years. He was still trying to make it through. Nobody went to go test him.
No.
Let's see. But then
the
he is
thing
a
is-
top level shinobi who says he can get time off the come. No, remember, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, and Tsunade were dubbed the Sannin Three. They were so the shit that they didn't have to be tied down. That's why they was doing their own thing. So no, it wasn't no damn time off. Nigga, you can excuse me. You can come and go as you please.
Now, Black Buddha, what I'm going to say to that is, I feel some form of jutsu thing. It would be included in a
Exactly,
medical.
Tyna. They are trash. Trash. The village
But
is garbage.
if you see, now let's take it from a teacher standpoint. If you see a child consistently failing over and over and over again, it's time to start thinking about what other options
Correct.
are wrong at this point, because you realize he is learning everything. Say he is acing all his tests and actually doing the work. Why would you continue to fail over and over and over again? If you
Correct.
were a good teacher,
And I will
you'd
say
send
this.
that shit into the state to have the child checked.
And Anna said something, okay, because as somebody who used to teach, particularly right in the age group where you would normally start doing the testing, which is around about 4 or 5 years old. I think 5 in the state of Alabama. Somebody else will have to check whatever their state. So I'm sure it's a state by state basis. But I'm just going to take my own state. For the state of Alabama, you had to be 5. What we would do is we had all kinds of assessments. You had their work, their thing like this. If you are a good teacher, you are taking their physiological, their
I love that in
how
elementary.
how they're doing their how they're doing their work, their interactions. You would keep all that because every child had a file. So then when you did your parent teacher conferences, it was in the state of Alabama for the school. We could not say legally your child had any issue. We could not say, oh, we think they're on the spectrum. We could not say, oh, this and the third. What we could do is take all that compiled information and present that to the parents and say, so they can make their get based on the evidence. So they would have their conclusion and say, hey, okay, well, if you suspect, there are resources for you. Boom, you can get them tested. But we couldn't say it. But yeah, no, if you were good, if they cared about one,
If they
their
care, if
weapon
they gave a
of
shit.
about their weapon of mass destruction, being unhome trained, just unlearned, just running loose out here, free willing and stuff like that, they would have done whatever they were supposed to do to make sure he was on time or he was at least guided or not. Because think about it, all they were doing was harboring anger. And as we learned later on, the angrier Naruto got, he lost control, and then the Nine Tails started busting out.
Y'all, please excuse my household. For some reason, everybody is really loud.
We
Ryan is
can't hear that.
Ryan
Can't
is
hear that at all.
snoring. Olivia is closing doors.
Ain't nobody hear none of that.
I be
Shannon,
hearing
y'all
it.
hear that?
I heard baby crying
'Cause
on one of the old videos. Just excuse it if you hear it.
His head
Please.
Konoha was Bernie Mac. F them kids. Exactly. F them kids. Quick question. What are your thoughts on?
Are we talking about Mortal Kombat? We're not talking about Mortal
Yes,
Kombat.
he is.
Stop
And
it. He said,
No.
okay, I'm done with this conversation. It's Mortal Kombat time.
Right.
Okay, good. Yeah, I heard on the video when I was doing some shorts that I heard my baby cry in the background. But I didn't know.
Here-
Ryan is literally like just chilling on the couch right there going hard. And then Olivia's like slamming doors and shit behind me.
Here's another
Disrespect.
bug in your ear. This is what I wanted to know. Because remember, the surviving Uzamakis spread to seek refuge in other places. So here's a question that I came up with. What did Konoha tell the incorporated Uzamakis? Like, what did they tell them? What did they tell them? Did none of them, and I said, did they know about Kushina's child? Because I'm more than certain somebody had to know that she got sent. Because remember, they had an agreement with Konoha. Their agreement was because of y'all chakra reserve, Uzamakis are designated containers for the Nine Tails. They're designated containers for the Nine Tails. So they know their bond or their agreement with Konoha. What did they tell them? And on top of that, why did the remaining Uzamakis, did they not care how one of their fellow clansmen was being treated? Did they not care how they was how the Naruto's treatment? Because it was some in the village.
Yeah.
Did they not care?
And the only ones we're really like hardcore familiar with is Karin and the guy Payne's can't think of his name. Oh my god.
Nagato.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that we're like hardcore introduced to, and
Right.
I don't know
Like,
if they just felt like they had their own problems because they were already displaced.
Well, see, I get that, but it's like, okay, so my thing is, I guess they didn't have the same fire that Sasuke had. I'm gonna restore my clan. They didn't.
Well, you
they didn't
said
do
that they were like super forgiving anyway, but I think that's still an atrocity, and they should not forgive that if that is the case.
Well, even if you are super forgiving, you still want to pick up the pieces
Retribution.
and come back. Yeah, because they even got recognized after the Fourth Great Shinobi War. So it's like you still want to. We were a clan.
Right.
We were.
I don't
we were
understand
somebody.
that. I'd be ready
It's
to
like-
turn on a revolution on this mug. Get a bingo list of my own.
Yeah, like I just don't get it. Like I just want to know. Like, here's my thing: out of the surviving Uzamakis, did Konoha not give them like? This is the other thing that popped in my head. Did Konoha not appoint them into like the inner circle so they can have
That's
some?
what I wondered
some-
too. I thought you were gonna say
Yeah, like-
reparations.
I mean, put it like this: even though they didn't own the whirlpool, so they don't owe them
Right.
that much, but they did owe them to have their back when they got jumped. So with that being said, I'll say did they not give them like a seat on council so they could have, because their village was gone, their country was gone. So
Right.
they didn't say, because we're so tight with y'all, we even got y'all. I'm gonna keep saying it. We even got y'all emblem on our clothes. Y'all get to have a seat in council, so y'all can have some say with how the village is run.
Well, we were never
So,
introduced to like who exactly all the council was, so we can't even.
and I dare one on to be a Uzumaki, and they let Naruto just be
That's what
out
I'm
like that.
saying.
Like I dare one of them to be an Uzumaki, and they say, "Yep, nope, perfectly normal, perfectly fine for one
Everything
of our
is
own."
okay.
Right, to just be treated like, I mean, literally like dog crap. Wow, feared, stuff thrown at him. Don't touch him. Oh my God, he's a demon. Oh my God, you killed my parents. No, 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 I didn't. It's literally my tiny body holding back all this rage, all of this,
It's not
and
like y'all are
and see,
helping.
you know what? That's contradictory.
What?
You know what's with this whole that whole discussion? Remember,
Get out. Go home.
merchandising and
Get
brand.
out of
No,
here.
you know what bothers me about what I just said? Remember, Mito said to mitigate the fox's rage, you had to have an overwhelming amount of love. Where was Naruto love? How wasn't the fox continuously always
Uh
bursting
oh.
out of his tiny
We
body?
found a hole in your plot.
I thought other villages destroyed the Uzumaki clan. They did.
But the thing is, when you are homies with you got treaties and you got, like
Yep.
she's been saying this whole time, the emblem of the Uzumaki is, state regulated clothing for joning and up, tuning and up. Where
Right.
were you when it got destroyed? That's just like if
Because
somebody
remember,
was beating the fuck out of Hopi, but you standing on the other side of the street. You hear her,
right.
but
You
you ain't
might
going to
even see
help
her,
her?
but you ain't gonna say nothing. You ain't
But you
gonna
ain't
go
going to
over.
say nothing?
That's what I said. You ain't gonna go over. That's what we mean. Konoha and the land of Whirlpool were so tight that their branding, and they had they said they were so tight that, hey, we love y'all. We're gonna commission y'all to house the Jinchuriki for us.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
And
They
tell
didn't
me
help them, though. They
at all.
stood
That's what I'm
by
saying. They
and
didn't help.
watched the fall of
Why
a
they
whole entire
everybody
country.
thank you. Thank you. They just sat there and watched everybody else jump them,
Sorry,
literally
Hopi. I used
jump
you as an
them.
excuse.
And
I
they
gotta
didn't
stop
help.
talking about my family. Oh my god.
And no, that's what I'm saying, T Mail. Like how, because okay, think about it though, T Mail. Like in Naruto's formative years, while they were treating him like a bag of shit, how come just wasn't bubbling out of his tiny body? Like it's just
Like I
literally
feel like
like just go on a rampage out of his tiny body. Because
I'm trying to
remember,
think.
Mito said overwhelming love is what keeps it
Unless they're gonna do
afloat.
this vague shit of be like Naruto loved the village.
And what that mean? That kid said, Abushi?
Nabushi?
No, he didn't. Not like
Well, that's
that.
what I would say would be like some form of like overarching excuse.
Well, you know what? You know what they're gonna say though? Not love, but sheer willpower to prove himself to everybody else
He
that he's
loves
not a piece of
himself.
shit.
I love
And that's
myself.
what this guy's Pilgrim say. Scott has learned the power of self-respect.
The only one
That
who could beat me is me.
that part.
Oh my gosh.
Like I mean, it's such trash.
It is. It is.
It's
Everyone
such
is trash.
trash.
Kakashi's trash. I'm trying to think if there's anyone later down the line that. I mean, Sakura is trash this whole entire time. I said what I said. Like, for the mere.
Yeah,
Like, even if we talk about later on in Shippuden, she lied to that man's face, gave him fake emotions and fake feelings.
like the fake hoe she
She
is.
is a fake hoe. And I remember.
Just so she can get what she want, which is, please, Naruto, I'll let you see a nipple if you go get The dude that I want. Don't you want to get him? I know you do. Yes, you do.
Because that's the thing, too. That's one 12-year-old asking another 12-year-old to bring back someone. And that child then spends the next 4 years of his life trying to bring that person back. That is asinine.
Like it extremely asinine. And then you go and you weaponize it against him and be like, oh, okay, well you left him as go get him now.
Go get him. Go get him.
He read her ass the riot act.
Oh, I am so excited when he read her ass. It was so sick of his shit.
A whole bunch of words. It's like, I hate a liar.
Right.
Like, yeah, tell her ass. Tell her ass.
Trifling ass, man. Yeah, no, that's why Sakura can also go in the garbage dump with everybody else.
Yeah, she can eat a bag of dicks. That's fine.
The only person who's really getting some passes for me is probably Shikamaru, Choji. I'm gonna let Hinata pass.
Definitely her, because she loved him from jump, and even in the tuning exam, nobody else was doing, but she brought him some salve, and she was like, yeah, she always loved him. She was like, nope, you are the greatest thing since sliced bread. I love it.
And probably the biggest thing for me is when she jumped in during that pain fight. You got people who were significantly stronger than her just chilling in the background, and you jumped in. She
said, I know I'm not that strong. I know I'm not that good,
but I'm not just gonna let y'all sit here and beat my future man's ass like that.
That part I'll never be over. Tiny says, just the triflingness of Sasuke and the fact that he didn't get his head lopped off.
Oh yeah, like I said, I understand now that like y'all said it, like you keep your enemies closer, but Sasuke literally came to a fight and said, all right, now that everyone's dead and we have to clean up this mess, I'm gonna beat your ass now. I want to be the Hokage. I remember when that first came out, and everybody was like doing the memes of Sasuke, get a Snickers, you're not like yourself when you're hungry. You're not you when you're hungry. The memes for that were absolutely amazing, because he's like, I want to be Hokage, and I was like, we're not done with this yet? Didn't we just have this big ass battle?
That part.
Y'all.
That's all I had.
That's all you had? I'm trying to think of
because a lot of the stuff we talked about, like, it just didn't sit right on my spirit. And I made it as a side note that, Konoha did. Right, like I made that side note that it didn't sit right in my spirit that Konoha did the same thing to the Uchihas that everybody else did to the Uzamakis, and they was just cool with that. Like, we good. Let's see. T-Mail said, these kids were trained as ninjas. So to me, it makes sense to me how Sakura trifling ass manipulated Naruto to get what you. No. You know why? You know why? Because that hoe ain't never used her sexy Konoichi prowess on no real mission before.
Nope. That's a 12-year-old. That's a fresh recruit.
She never used it before. No, you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait until we in the land of, what was it, iron, out in the snow, to ask me some bullshit like that and be like, oh, let me dust off my sexiest pose and see. No, she didn't have to do nothing. You see, Sasuke didn't count him or whop their ass twice.
He did almost kill her twice. There was 2 attempted murders on Sakura to the man that she married and bore a child to. So I'm just saying.
Now that's your turkey baster, baby.
Yeah, that's the one that was like, ooh, I gotta just and put it in the fridge. Okay. She
the broad that will get head, hold it in her mouth, and go spit it in a cup. And put it right in the freezer.
That's right. That's who you have to worry about.
I'm sorry. That had to be like my filthiest comment. I am so sorry.
That is the greatest comment I've ever heard. I love when you talk dirty, Geeky.
You're right. She did it too. She was like, yeah. No, let me just
Tiny said yuck. Of all
she
the
did it.
shit that we talk about on here, now
She
you want to
did it.
say yuck?
She did it. She put it. She saved it. She was like, "I got you, fam." Sasuke didn't even. Okay, put it like this. Like you said, he ain't recognized his child until he came back, which means he didn't even know this bitch was pregnant. Hmm. Which means y'all it probably ain't smashed. Hmm. Where the sperm came from. Hmm. Matter of fact, he wasn't even conscious when she gave him head.
She drugged him because she's a medical. She's a medical ninja.
Exactly. I'ma heal your wounds after this battle.
She said, "You don't bring up the telenovelas."
See, and she had twins. Yay! I love it. I'm so sad.
Oh my gosh!
Once
No.
again, I am not drunk enough for this conversation.
No, I ran out of my boxed wine a long time ago. Told you I'm trying to be more like my mom. Sorry, I gotta stop talking about my family.
When Shelly do get on here on Twitch, she was like,
My,
"Is this
my
you?"
mommy wants to get on Twitch and wants my older brother to give her the Twitch so that she can watch me and be proud. And I don't think that she would be proud of me.
We got to clean it up by that time.
I'm not cleaning
Shay,
this.
help us clean it up before we get there. We got to be cool, everybody, be cool. No,
There's a
that's what's up. I don't have that was the extent of my rage with this conversation.
that got really sad.
Yeah, like because the first time I don't think we even touched on his plan, but as I was going through it, the last couple of days, I was like, no, like real talk, real perspective. This makes this so much more worse the way y'all treated him when y'all had the relationship that y'all did with his clan. Like that don't make no sense for y'all to have as close a relationship as y'all did, and then that shows very little respect. Oh, y'all supposed to highly respect the Hokage, and then y'all turn around and not only do disrespect the Hokage's child like that, but the entirety of his lineage. Like that speaks volumes about
There's
Konoha
still
to
like
me.
a piece of me that would love an alternate universe where Naruto just wreck shops on Konoha. Like I would.
I don't even need a whole series. Just give me
No,
an
give me like a
one
3-part
episode.
alt dimension about how Naruto. Give me a good episode of how they kicked him out or how he left. Give me a good episode on his rise of awesomeness, and give me a good episode on how he absolutely demolishes at Konoha. Oh, bruh, paradise.
Correct.
I would love to see an alt
Like I said,
universe.
it ain't even got to be that long. I just need to see him. Like I said, every day he doesn't burn that entire place down to the ground is a blessing.
What was
And
the reason?
right. And what we said, what's so sad about that is that man still broke his ass and defend y'all with everything he got, man.
Bruh, and then don't even get me started on the Boruto thing. It's the one thing I'm gonna say. That child does not deserve that daddy.
I just wonder if how they would have treated him had Naruto and his mama not been alive. He would have got the shaft too, or he would have been honorable son of the seven. Whatever, man. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done because I don't even want to get
done.
into Boruto like that. Mostly with everything that's going on with it and these fucking outfits and
Right.
you know what? I'm gonna get into one thing.
Get into it.
One thing. We
Get
don't
into it.
like Sarada. We don't like Boruto. But I will say this because it is pertaining to Naruto. Naruto saw a child in need and he took in Kawaki.
Girl, you better shut your mouth. See, where's Black Buddha? Did you hear this?
He probably gone. We lost
Did you
him.
hear this? Thank you. See, that's what I'm talking about. Because he didn't have to be told to do the right thing. He saw someone that was messed up like him, and
And cut. Show's over.
done.
But that's what I said. That's
it.
the one thing I wanted to say when I was going to say last time about talking about Boruto is a mere fact that you can tell that if whoever was writing him said, "Oh, well, we don't want another Naruto." Like, maybe they realized their story was that sad and depressing, and they realized, let's get this orphan off the street. Like,
Because we do love a good underdog. You can't beat that. That's the reason why we like Naruto so much, because he was the underdog.
there's significant flaws in the
And
story and a lot of
right.
holes. Don't get me started on the Neji dying hole. Don't get me started.
But we like an underdog. A lot of us resonated with Naruto, particularly Black people. Why? Because we always got shitted on. Majority of us. And I'm not talking about the outliers. You know, you got Black people. I have never respect. Okay, we're not talking about you.
Okay, congrats.
As a collective, the Black race has dealt with a lot of stuff. We're often looked at, overlooked, don't deal with us, blah, 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 blah. Several holes. Right. But I think it resonated with us so much because, like you said, we like somebody who got drive, tenacity, see your goals, go for it. We're not gonna let people tell us we ain't shit.
Like
It's great.
It's almost like a game recognized game. Like, we see you struggle and thrive, bitch, me
Right.
too. Like, that's how it
right.
feels.
Like I felt that. So I hope y'all enjoyed this
Yeah.
2-year celebration with a full circle to our first topic, the inaugural topic of I Hate It Here. It's been a beautiful ride. Hopefully we can continue to give y'all great content as it goes. I understand it's a Monday, so I see y'all fading. That's fine.
I'm fading.
It's Monday.
Fucking
That
fading,
gives you
too.
it. Right, and I know time changed and messed us
Oh,
up.
Lord, my baby.
But before we go, what's on the menu next Monday?
Why is this all the way in September?
Just
October.
please. What's happening?
Okay.
What?
Our next one is, why do Black people like/relate to anime?
That's
Which
gonna
we
be a
were
good
just
one.
talking about. Naruto is a big one that kind of brought a lot of the Black community in.
Yeah.
But we will definitely talk about that. We're going to have a break on the 20th because I will be in Louisiana.
Plus, that'll be
Thanksgiving.
around the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we know that a lot of folks won't be in anyway. But when we come back,
When we come back, it is my birthday. Onyx's favorite things. List of my favorite things.
that's going to be fun.
I still haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to list this. If I'm just gonna
I'm gathering all of
really
my
for yours,
yeah,
because after mine is geekies. I think I'm a bullet list and discuss.
I got some good stuff. I can't wait. I'm super
I'm
excited.
excited. And then, like we said before, the end of the year, we're going to have the ultimate discussion of, was Aaron Yeager justified in his actions?
And trust me, I told y'all in the beginning, for those who are at the beginning, I have already started my rewatch of the entire, now that it's concluded, I'm going to binge all 4 seasons and the movie so that I can be.
The movie?
There is a movie on Funimation.
That's not canon.
I don't.
You don't
well,
care.
then I'm not gonna
Yeah,
worry
no, it's
about
not
it.
canon. They did something. They replaced Levi with some other guy, and
Yes, Tiny. Just as it ends,
yep.
we're going to get into everything. So keep it fresh in your head. It's gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, haters, it's been real. Y'all been beautiful. I'm hot. I'm still not drunk,
I'm
but it's
just
been a great
tired.
discussion.
I've only had 2 hours of sleep last night.
I'm gonna go cause some. I'm gonna go ahead and choose violence.
Same. Who are we being violent to?
Yeah, a husband in here somewhere.
Oh, domestic